those right timings, but it looks to be for that last round there, Black and Blue. Team Secret realized where their weaknesses came from, and they made sure that they brought the duct tape and sealed it over.
Wow.
Spray transfer there. The adjustment, rather, from Wild Oreo almost connects. Actually, no, Jesse Bash. Even in those moments, always so deadly, so dangerous. This opening pick from Dubstep really helps secure things. No flash even from Witz's peak on the yellow. Can do it dry. Gets out with Nai.
Wala, bumalik lang.
Going
Sila
down.
naman ang babar. Ano ba yan? Hindi na
Wild Oreo though, as you say, in those situations can always be so deadly. But here now, could be the final round of this overtime. Could be the final round of map number 1. Team Secret on the attacking side as things have swapped on over. There's a nano swarm here towards his B-long position. When they do walk out of it, they try and delay it and try and get them on the scramble a bit. You can see the rotation already coming in from Envy to try and play that boiler spot and try and at least have some fighting power even more in this site. Spencer crawling up towards the kitchen, but as soon as he does, the alarm bot should go off and he's going to give his intent off. He can probably hear it right now around the corner, so he's waiting, realizing that that could be a possibility. Look at Courtesy as well, lurking here towards mid, towards that bottom tube. The Spencer could get caught off guard, but he doesn't actually check it. He goes under the tube and in orange.
We have a waiting game here. Team Secrets. Hesitancy though to actually put that plant down. Since the Spencer hasn't really caught the target as yet, that's the moment they're looking for the alarm bot. Will be a little too late to the party. And Marky instead caught out by a surprise that he never wanted. Now, advantage here for Team Secret. A site looking relatively clear. Oasis caught in an awkward scenario. Can't Courtesy go find the Spencer, sees the beanie. And that hat right now exposing his position. Hats off to you, Courtesy. Eagle Eye there. Oasis Gaming able to equalize these numbers. Wild Oreo able to still go for the hold. Go Wild Oreo. Can he go for more? Seems like the cheer works on out. And oh my, oh wow! Wild Oreo with another frag. Coco playing the station. And there's just nowhere the Team Secret can really go without the rest. Dubstep now having to fight out of this one. He doesn't have the time though, and that's it for the round. Doesn't matter anymore. Wild Oreo
13-13,
will just
double overtime.
decide to go for
Ay,
the
yung
mercy
clip,
kill.
tsaka yung share
Tied up yet again. Overtime. Another go.
Man, oh man, the double back around here for Team Secret. Second guessing their choices, just punishing them in the end. And Coco, we've seen that many times over, haven't we, from a lot of the great Sentinels we've had here in the top 6. Players like Arya Ryu, players like Coco here. Just stay within the site to make sure that double back around doesn't happen. In that case, rotations cut off. Borkum and Witz were able to get something going towards that A site. It probably would have been faked a lot better. The fact that they idly slip into these awkward clears of a corner, they don't really do it and pie it as efficiently as you might want to see. Gets him punished in the end, and we're going to another round of overtime. Information trying to be gathered here by Courtesy. They're trying to crawl up towards mid instead. Oasis could actually be a mid to A take. We've seen them do this, where they place their wall across to let them cross into those screens, and that's exactly what they're going for, Dax. Coco finding Borkum. I'm not too sure if Team Secret know how to fend this off, but the Spencer and Dubstep do an ample job in that exact situation. Jesse Bash, great kill. Wild Oreo once again, so potent. But the Spencer's trying to lurk on behind. Envy from the belt, he's going to whip him here. And Wild Oreo gets a kill on the Spencer. It's all up to Witz. One of the most consistent clutchers we have seen on Team Secret's side. It's doable. Both Oasis players a single round away from being taken down.
Oh man, but the Viper Spit is online. Oasis Gaming, second win after all those shots. Team Secret, they had that powerful position for the lurk, for the flank. On top of that nest with Witz right now creeping closer and spotted out by Indy anyway. How did he even see that one coming? But the instinct is clear, and for Oasis Gaming, a single round is the objective now. Match point in favor of Oasis Gaming, but what a moment yet again from Wild Oreo. You can see it there, getting those clutch kills, giving the Fire Spit, giving advantage to Oasis in that latter round.
What a round here coming from Oasis, and as I said, they love doing that mid to A push, especially in overtimes when they want to throw a bit of a wrench here into the spokes of the opposing side, and Team Secret just not able to hop off of the seat.
Yeah, best of 5.
Reassess themselves. They have to right now. 13-14 operator for Marky could be crucial. Dubstep trying to peek deep there, but with the shots being sprung out against Marky, seems like it's waited for a bit to try and peek a bit too deep. His tailwind is about to burn. Removes the option of him going in a more aggressive angle, so has to hold things down. He's got that Owl drone to gain information towards mid, but nothing really to be found. Team Secret crawling and playing contact here towards A.
Yeah, the scan though did scare off Team Secrets.
Sayang.
Now they're gonna go for the commitment instead. No more double
Nabasa
backs.
na-
This
nabasa
is it.
na
This
kasi
is the
yung
plan.
play nila
And this is the side take that they want. But Invi yet again, absolutely invincible into the backline. Dubstep though with the find off the courtesy. Up top the net yet again for Jesse Bash. Eye in the sky. There we go with the drop on down. And Jesse Bash getting the drop on Invi anyway. With Wild Orion Marky getting it on the board. 2v1 scenario. And really the fast hands needs to be done by Team Secret. Can Dubstep get the angle towards Wild Oreo? This is perilous. And you can get hit there, good sir, by the wall
Wala
bags.
na.
20 HP left. The snake bite in position. And Dubstep cannot play retrieval whatsoever. Look, Dubstep, it's gonna be so tight here. Can't
30
even make it
seconds left.
towards that spike in time. Marky and Wild Oreo though, just getting ready for the peak if ever. Still gonna have some other plans now, and Team Secrets, I just got way too
Walbang lang
dicey
yan.
so quickly. Could have been good from Jesse Bash, but Marky and Wild Oreo still alive, still ready to fight. And if they can just play that guessing game well, they can actually go for the wall bank here. Marky though trying to get the angle. Battle of the Jets, Dubstep wins it. Now then, Wild Oreo on the other side. The blades are out though. A single one can slice truly the throat of the Viper. Will this be enough though? Skin him where he stands. Yes, he does it. Dubstep does it again for Team Secret. ROG clutch from Dubby. And you can see that the wins are what Team Secrets are looking for.
Why did Wild Oreo let the shot ring loose there? I'm not too sure if
Bakit
that
nag-
was intentional. Maybe trying to get, I don't know, lucky wallbang through screens or something. But
kaya ni Wild Oreo.
as soon as he got the pick on Marky instead, the only player with a rifle, and the fact that Wild Oreo had an operator on him, the call should have been made like, he's low. Use your darn pistol. Why do you still have the operator in your hands when the dude is half a breath away, half a sneeze
Ayun
away
na.
from death?
Bam!
Wild Oreo just get punished heftily for it in Dispenser. What a player to make it happen. Still, second
naka-off ka pa
overtime,
naman.
not gonna end here. We're going to a third.
Pag naka-off ka, when you hit your shot, wala na.
And
You have to wait for the
that is
reload.
how the Jets able
Ay,
to
ang
make the
ganda
plays
naman
work.
ng slow. Nasa for Jet.
It got really dicey though, and yet again for Oasis, a little bit
Yeah, I
too
don't know why he
over
shot.
eager to finish the job off, trying way too cheekily to find those angles. And Team Secret Dubstep is also fell in the
ko,
same
binigay
case.
na
If he
info niya.
died there to the wall banks, that would have just been it. Able to get away in time, able to play a bit more of that patience. And such just because of what happened the last round, you can see now for Oasis Gaming, it isn't the most
Hello, Jessia.
strong-willed approach from them. Instead,
hang nung
they're
na.
creeping around looking for a pick. Dubstep though, waiting if ever, if anyone's willing to challenge him towards the middle in itself. Oasis now creeping towards the sites, and Team Secrets, they have a lot of initiative right now coming into this round. They're gonna get that
They all
right
like to
intel. They
go
know
A.
that
They like
Oasis
to go
is
A.
gonna go towards that A site as soon as the talk screen is up. And case in points, he is already preparing for the retake if ever.
Kala niya nasa default.
We'll
Pero
have a
pareho
full
kasi
5v5
sila low.
retake potentially here. Jesse Vash, he gets a kill. He doesn't have to dip again. What is he doing? Could back off with the advantage at that point and play the 5v4 retake as a full team, but it gives him a sliver of hope here. Oasis in the round on the peak. Courtesy finds one, but quickly traded out by Dispenser. Not going to go unchecked. Marky and Wild Oreo finding everything going their way on his attacking side. Dispenser has a huge job to pull here, and he gets a kill on the Coco. Expecting Marky on the corner, but Marky's going to secure the round. And once again, Oasis take the lead here in overtime.
Yeah, this time Team Secret's the one's punished. You mentioned the double dip, just get that kill, get the hell out of there. And Oasis Gaming, in a flurry of trades, finds the advantage there. I think one of the most unfortunate kills really was just Wits getting taken on down while Dispenser was watching. But since he was like an inch away from the angle, and with the chamber literally blocking his sightlines, just didn't see Oasis there
Biglang
take
naiiwan si
that step and take that
Dispenser.
time. And
Dami
good to see Oasis Gaming. Even though they played a
kasi-
more passive style at the start of the round, they brought in the
Grabe,
aggression as
grand
soon as they
finals nga
executed,
to
and that's
ng
really
mga
the
lodi.
Oasis Gaming will to win here. Match point yet
Wow.
again. Do we go for more overtimes though? Because
Well-
this game is only the first game, and we're looking to go the distance already. Dispenser finding Marquito, and this is Team Secret now, setting up towards that B side. Plant already onto default. Jesse Vash over onto the corner, just shrugging off the snake bite, but can't shrug off the bullets coming your way. Wild Oreo though able to hop out, a fade away to try and save it safe, but the backstab is true from Dubstep even. Knife twisted
Overtime
onto the
ulit.
spines of two. Coco now on top yet again, finding a shot, but with too many people watching over
Marky throw, no,
for
he was
the
trying
angle.
to get mid control.
Well, that's just
Ay, he
gonna
was
be
trying to
understaffed
get
here
one
for
from mid
Oasis.
and go and dash out.
Saka Blue,
Yeah.
this is just the first map.
Usually naman
Yeah.
yun, oh.
Yeah.
Dex, we
Hindi
were
naman siya
watching backstage when the
sobrang
map beatles were being selected, and I
labas.
told you
Nakatago siya konti eh.
this is going to be a long.
Napitas lang talaga siya.
Yeah, And for so far, I
Bam!
didn't expect that
Bam!
one to go like this, but it's definitely at least ringing true. Now, Wild Oreo, great position there to at least punish the planter. Should have been a player on danger a bit earlier on, which Wits normally would be in if not for Dubstep, but since Dubstep was on the flank, so taking that mantle still though. Another overtime situation, Dax. This is 4. How many do you think we're actually gonna go?
First map pa lang.
Probably like
This is
1
map
to 2 more after this.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be a party pooper real quick, but for Oasis Gaming, overtime stats, not really the best for them on Icebox, in all honesty. If this goes longer, I do worry for Oasis Gaming. Because we remember what happened last stage. But you remember how Assault Esports eliminated them from contention. It was on this map. It was in those overtime scenarios. And for Oasis Gaming, the ball is on their court. They've seen the finish line, even in regulation. It's amazing that they're having these clutch moments and these concise executes to get the round wins. But can they finish the job off? That's a problem because Team Secret, the heartbeat is still there, and you cannot let your enemies live whatsoever. Oasis Gaming now on the executes towards B side. We already have Substrain into play. Wild Oreo though, getting closer and closer. Just rushing on through. Snowman right now looking to be controlled. But Jesse Bass trying to play the mind games, playing with the wall. And it's with Dispenser on the board. Dispenser finding 2. There we have it, Wits turning on around. And Wits, what a show and what a hat trick. Team Secrets, the defense holds, and they're the ones now on match points.
Perfect timing on that. You see how they don't let the opposing side set on that post plant of theirs. As soon as they hear that plant trying to be attempted, Team Secret go. And they know they can't let the opposing side set because they don't have a flasher in their composition. With that, in a full 5v5 gunfight in the duel that's up front between these two teams, it's not going to favor Team Secret in the long run because of how impactful those flashes on the KO of Envy could be. And so they utilize the off timing to be able to shut that down in the first place. And that's Team Secret on this lead. And we've seen Team Secret close out multiple overtime situations a lot more efficiently than we have Oasis, and as you said, Icebox hasn't been the best tune for either side in some of the cases, but in overtimes, doesn't really go Oasis's way. Team Secret, they're 1 away from taking this.
Yeah, and all these rounds already Dubstep over 30 kills, but 4 comes timing is perfect! Looking for a second, able to connect the shots eventually. Wild Oreo Marky fight on back, Marky the front line true, and blue! Seems like the sharp spear finally cut down in its prime by Dubstep 2v2 scenario. And Duo was looking for the duels here. Wild Oreo though from up top, let's see. Oasis Gaming can still stand here. Never mind, Dubstep will deny. Sit down, be humble. Dubstep will screech towards Wild Oreo. And everything left now to Coco the captain. Can he find the angle onto Jesse Bash? Yes, he does. Timing is for everything. Dubstep though, dashing on the way, looking for a better angle here into the corner. But Team Secret, can they endure? Yes, they do! And they were in it, 2 in it, in overtime. They make the run, they make the plays. And in the end, they stand the test of time and rounds to get that win. What a start to the series, but it's Team Secret who gets the edge.
Yeah, an amazing map number 1, and
I think
just the epilogue here of what seems to be an all-time epic between these two teams in the grand finals. Amazing plays from really both sides. We saw Coco coming big, Wild Oreo especially. If Oasis took that map, I would have given the MVP to Wild Oreo, but Dubstep coming in big in so many crucial moments, especially that 1v2 clutch he had against Wild Oreo and Marky specifically near the end of things during overtime. But even without the flashes, Team Secret know how to utilize the tools that they've got, and that's really why they're so strong. It's not necessarily the hand that they always
the
deal,
1v2 clutch
but
from
how they
Dubstep
play
was
those.
it.
Going for the ace, clutch, doesn't matter.
The one where
they can get the round done. Quality over quantity.
That was it. That was it.
32 rounds. That's quantity. There's a lot of rounds that we just ended up casting for the first game. Yeah, it was quite a
Map 1 pa lang
run
ngayon,
itself.
guys.
And
Map
really for
1
Team
pa lang
Secret,
ngayon.
defensive woes aside, relatively good second half. That's how they just strung along those wins, especially near the tail end. That was 4 in a row by the end of regulation. And the Battle of OTs, it just was a game of who could outclutch the other and who could actually just decide to break that cool setup. And that's interesting. So in a line graph, apparently if both sides had the same money, we just go in a straight line. Cool stats. Cool stats, by the way. But you know what stat I'm gonna bring out here, my friend? 0 and 3. Oasis Gaming have lost 3 OT games in Icebox over the past 2 stages. Once against Southfield Esports, once against Team Secret back in the group stage, and once now here in the grand finals. Amazing effort still from both Jets. Dubstep from Marky. Over those 30 kills. We saw Oasis have those moments. Wild Oreo finally connecting that 4+1 into an ace. Courtesy finding a ace of his own. Even Coco with some clutch moments. But it really felt like for a Team Secret, between Dubstep, between Jesse Bash, just the cheeky wins there from Borkum. It gave Team Secret a little bit of that buff
Nireplay ko
going
yung live
forward.
ni Gian sa
And
part na
with
yun
this
kahapon.
start,
Tapos sobrang
in all honesty,
nalungkot.
it was like a
Nasad
great
ako.
sign for Team Secret that
Nung
one
narinig
way
ko
or the
kasi
other,
parang
they can actually win this
wala
map.
lang.
And
Parang
case in point, they are able to
nalulungkot
do
ako
so
for
in
him that
overtime.
he needed to go
Maybe
through
if
that.
it wasn't overtime,
Parang-
then things could have gone differently. Because that's where Oasis seemingly do better against the more experienced, the veteran teams in
Hindi
terms
ko
of
alam kung
competitive
dapat ako
tenure.
sumali.
Southfield and Team Secret, as you said, those are the only teams that they've lost to when it comes to these overtime situations. But in this case,
Pero ako
Secret
nag-unfollow
still
na.
holding true. Icebox hasn't really always been the best map for them, especially lately. There was a time where they were considered one of the best Icebox teams, but that was just because they were one of the best teams in general. But in this
Wala
case,
lang, nakakalungkot lang
get
na
map
kailangan
number
niya
one. Map that
pagdaanan yun.
was really,
Tapos
I think,
ngayon
much
gusto
more
ibalik
important for
yung
Oasis to
playstyle
win
niya dati.
than for Team Secret to lose. We were almost kind of expecting Oasis to probably
Narinig ko
potentially
din
win
how
this,
they,
although
how they treated
if
him.
what remains true from
So
Oasis
ano
where they
talaga
start
ako,
off the
nakikinig
series
ako sa
with a
Discord
slow
nun.
map
Tapos I
number
was
one,
like,
and that was
but
what
yun
put
siya
Oasis on a
sinisisi.
slow momentum
Basta,
pace.
ewan ko.
Then map number
I mean,
2
sige
and
yan,
3
sige yan.
moving on
But yun
forward
siya
could be very
sinisisi,
differently.
mga
But
ganun.
map number 2 and 3, as we talked about, those are maps they can take. When we go over to that fourth and the final map, and especially on split,
Naiinis
I'm
lang,
not too sure
naiinis
about
lang
the
ako
hook
kasi
here
siya lagi
for Oasis. So
nagmumukhang
they have to
masama.
get these next
Like,
two maps, I think, to have a
siya
real
yung
good chance
nagmumukhang
of getting the
Yeah, this
series.
isn't-
mayabang.
This isn't the most
kahit
sassy talk.
hindi
It's more of
naman.
like the trends, and that's what my worry was. Oasis
Kasi
Gaming, okay,
kasi
they're
I
gonna get
was
their good maps
there.
at the very start of the series, but they get better as
And
they
I
age
know
and
na
fine
ano.
wine, basically, as they get more and more
I know na
of that
he's not,
experience during
he's
the
not
day
what
in
people
itself.
tell
So,
na
I
mayabang
wonder
daw
how
si
Oasis
Ian
is
or
gonna
stuff.
tackle
Like,
the next map
nandun
after a
ako
bit of a
and I
heartbreak
heard
there
every
yet again
conversation
on
and I was
Icebox.
like,
Team Secrets. The red carpet has been rolled, and
Ang
they're looking to
ang hirap
already
hindi
go for that
magsalita.
coronation as soon as possible.
Pero
and they climb back
he
to the
chose
throne that they
he chose
abdicated
not
from last year.
to speak out,
Oasis
and
Gaming
I
played
chose
true
not to
spoiler
speak out
and
unless
be
he
there
does it.
since they've been
Tas-
waiting since day one. Well, that
Ayan.
was map number 1. That's with Black and Blue. We'll see you guys in a bit for more of BCTPH.
So hindi siya nag kasi 'di ba ang halimaw niya dati maglaro. Tapos ang halimaw niya dati maglaro, tapos biglang naririnig ko na pati doon sa dati nilang coach na sabi na parang mali siya. Mali daw siya parang mali yung games, yung play style niya, mali daw yung ginagawa niya. Tapos sabi ni he who shall not be named, nabibait daw siya. Sinasabi secret niya, hindi sa harap niya. Like, pag nakatalikod siya, nabibait lang siya or throw siya maglaro or ganyan-ganon. Tapos parang pinilit na paltan daw niya yung playstyle niya. Tapos, as in, nung nakikinig ako sa Discord, sobrang nagagalit na ako kasi sabi ko, bakit kasalanan niya? Which is hindi naman. Tapos, yun, nalaman namin nung umalis na pag palawala siya or pag nakatalikod siya, yun, kinakausap pala nun yung team. Kinakausap niya yung team, tapos sinasabi niya yung mga ganun. Tapos, nung una, naniwala yung team, pero nung huli naman hindi na, pero sinabi pa din nila kay Gian kasi he deserves to know na may ganung nang ganap. Tapos dumating sa point na nag-chat pa siya sa boss nila na si Gian daw yung problema sa team, mga ganun, which is, pero yun, he chose to be the bigger person lang, like, hindi niya ginantihan. Pwede niya i-post or pwede niyang gantihan, pero he chose not to do it na lang. Kinlear na lang niya yung, hindi naman niya kinlear pala yung name niya, pero parang pati nakarating sa other teams, yung namayabang daw si Gian, ganun. Tapos may nagpunta sa bootcamp nun, chika-chika sila. Tapos parang hinag din nila si Gian nung nalaman nilang hindi pala totoo, na fake news pala. Ayun. Tapos ngayon, nung medyo iba na yung playstyle ni Gian, sabi naman nila, ibalik daw yung dati. Uy, hirap naman nun, lads. Tapos ayan, tapos Nung may dumalaw sa bootcamp, nalaman nila na hindi naman pala totoo lahat nung sinasabi tungkol kay Gian. So, parang nag-sorry din, tapos nag-hug. May isa pa nag-sorry din kay Gian kasi sobra siyang binash. Like, sobra talaga siyang binash, sobra siyang hinate comment. Tapos nalaman na fake pala lahat. So, nag-sorry siya. Sabi niya, sorry kasi ganto ganyan. So, ako naman, at least nag-sorry nung nalaman yung totoo kasi parang siya pa yung labas na masama. Which is, ang hirap din nung sa part ko nun na hindi mag-comment or hindi mag-reply. Like, may minsan gusto ko na mag-reply or gusto ko na mag-comment, pero hindi ko ginawa kasi, ayun, he chose to be the bigger person and I don't want to be the person who will drag the issue further. Parang sabi na, patayin na lang yung issue, so wag na lang mag-comment. Like, let's let the issue die down. Pero, nitong VCT, laging binabalik ng mga tao, tapos minsan siya pa din yung masama na labas. So parang hirap na hirap din ako hindi magsalita talaga. Parang naka-add yun dun sa burnout ni Gian, na burnout siya, napagod siya, kasi tinry niya na mag-adjust, magpalit ng playstyle. Kasi parang nag-gaslight siya into thinking na mali yung playstyle niya. Even though, alam mo yun, yung talaga nakakonfuse, sabi niya, I drop 30 bombs, I clutch rounds, tapos ako yung sinasabi nilang mali or sinasabi niya na mali, sinat pa sa boss na siya yung mali sa team, which is parang ang confusing kasi parang iba yung, like, ang ganda naman ng results ng game style niya, tapos parang sinisisi siya, which is nang patalikod, so parang ang confusing. Tapos yun, nakaka-burnout din siguro on his end yun, na dun din nag-start na medyo minsan nakakonfuse siya kung tama yung decision niya or hindi. Parang minsan hindi niya alam kung tama yung decisions niya or hindi. Unlike dati, sobrang confident niya lang sa decision making niya. Basta naglalaro lang siya kasi confident siya na alam niya ginagawa niya, tsaka tama yung ginagawa niya. Ngayon, baliktad na. Parang medyo na-conscious siya. So, he's trying to bring it back pa ulit. Yung confidence niya sa game, yung alam niya lang yung ginagawa niya, yung feeling na confident siya. Kasi medyo nabawasan yun. Gawa ng mga ganong incidents. Yes, for the win, yes, we support Team Secret. Hindi kaya sabihin hindi talaga kahit nung umalis na yung chat sa kanya, sinend niya sa akin, wala din nabanggit na may problem sa kanya. Nag-thank you pa nga. Thank you kasi ako pingin naman sa FD9 kasi si Gian niya nag-invite sa kanya sa Alpha. Sabi niya gusto ko ulit mag-pro, sabi niya dito ka sa Alpha, mag-pro ka dito. Tapos yun, silika niya sa boss na si Abad daw magaling ganyan. Kasi yun, makapasok si Abad. So nagulat din siya na may ganun pala kasi parang akala namin lahat parang okay lang sila, tapos parang may ganun palang ganap. Okay, next season sa
Icebox, not really the best place for the Oasis to go on vacation for too long. Team Secret though forged into the fire.
Nung basta nang pinakinggan ko yung stream niya kagabi, nalungkot ako
as they were able to stake their claim for map number 1. What will be fair though for the second
kasi
map?
narinig ko na pinagdaanan niya yung mga ganun.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to BCTPH. Daxter Black and Blue yet again.
Parang nalungkot ako na kailangan niya pagdaanan yan. Kahit wala naman siyang ginawang masama.
Ascent is next for Team Secret and Oasis
never ko narinig kay Gian.
I just have to say really for Oasis Gaming
here, yung inside yung sa lahat ng call namin, sa lahat ng chat namin, nag-chat siya sa akin, nag-open siya sa akin. Never ko narinig na may siniraan siya na
over again and Team Secret.
Like never ko narinig sa kanya yun. Kaya sure akong wala siyang ginawang masama kasi kahit sa personal chat namin hindi naman lalabas yun kasi kami lang mag-kausap. Wala ko narinig sa kanya. Na paninira, na nansisisi siya, na may pinupuna siya na ganito ganyan. Never ko yung narinig. Kung may narinig akong ganun, sinabi niya din sa team. Like sinabi niya din sa face nung taong yun na, oy, nag-throw ka no round na to, or this round was a throw. Sinasabi niya yun sa team niya, sa lahat. Bago niya sabihin sa akin, alam din nila. So, nalungkot lang ako na naka-affect yun sa team niya. And he still chose to be the better person kasi even if ginagawa ng issue dati yung post niya, he never spoke, he never commented, he never posted, he never bragged din. Never ko narinig na nagyabang sa akin
that
si Gian
map,
tungkol
but
sa
now
projects
with them
niya,
up
sa
against each
pages
other,
niya,
it
sa
really is
stream
gonna
niya, sa
be
following niya.
a
Never
factor of,
niya
like,
yung
who
ginawa.
cancels which part
As
out.
in,
Do
kung
Team
yung sasabihin
Secret
mo kay
take
Gian na
second
Puna
series
is mayabang
or
siya,
second map
parang
in this series, or
yun yung
do
pinaka-hindi.
Oasis get their own map pick,
Kasi never
revenge in
never
return
siya
versus
nag-flex
Team
sa
Secret's
akin
map
ng
pick, you know?
ng
Yeah, we'll see if they can
never siya
actually get back
nag-flex
into this one.
ng
Thing is though,
pera
let's
ng
move
ng
into the
narating
older
niya. Never ko
chapters
yun
after
narinig sa
2020,
kanya.
2021. And
Ang
before,
kaisa-isa ko
at
narinig
Brenny's
doon
Sports
na
roster
ano
back
na
then,
pang
Ascent
flex
has
niya pag
always
match
been that
MVP
map
siya.
for the PHC
Sinesend niya sa
that
akin
they
na match
could actually
MVP
contest
siya. Yun
that
lang.
squad.
Tapos ako naman, uy, ang galing mo,
Absolutely
ganyan.
no
Yun lang yung
exception. This
narinig
is a
ko
team
sa
that
kanya.
has just recently beaten
Tapos pag
RRQ in
may
the lower bracket
misunderstanding
finals, so
kami,
they do
never
have
ko
the
narinig
momentum.
sa
They
kanya
do
na
have
ano, na parang
a
mas
little
malaki
bit
siya sa
of a
akin.
interesting
Parang
tangent to
ganun.
go on here, and I really wonder who's gonna be playing right
Tapos
now for
feeling niya
Oasis.
lagi,
Perhaps
wala pa
Ripper
siyang
gonna be getting back
narating.
to keep courtesy if they want to run that double initiator as much as possible. And we'll
Tapos,
see how Oasis Gaming
tapos
is gonna
ano,
adjust because Team Secret,
Oo.
same kind of scenario, same kind of sample size
Basta
against
Bisaya.
RQ. They actually brought out that
what's
Yoru
Tikalan?
from Dubstep.
What's
And
Tikalan?
Dubstep, he's off to such a good start right now. If I remember correctly, all the way back in that last
Pag nga
map,
tinanong mo siya,
he had
sasabihin niya
so
hindi,
many
hindi,
first
hindi
kills.
pa daw
He was
siya
the
sikat
first one
or
there into the scoreboard.
wala
The
pa
stats
daw
are showing
talaga
it.
siyang
He had 12 first kills and
napapatunayan.
1 first death in that first map. So look for him to play
Tapos
those
lagi ko
entries.
sinasabi,
And
anong
Team Secret,
anong
they
wala, ang
already have
dami
a
mo na
shot
kayang
tip
ano,
for
ang dami
this
mo na
year of
kayang
entry, if
na-prove.
ever.
Tapos sabi niya hindi
And
pa
that
kasi wala
is
pa ako
players that
napapanalunan
we really
ng
haven't seen much.
title,
There's
wala
only
pa ako
one
napapanalunan
piece of
dito. Tapos sabi ko,
information in
ang
RRQ
layo
that
na nung
matchup against
narating mo,
RRQ
basta parang
yesterday where they
ganun.
ended it 2-0. And a lot of that was because of how great
Ah.
they played that Yoru. Something you don't expect. On a map
Hambog.
like
Yeah, I know
Bind,
Hambog.
on other maybe big maps like kind of Breeze
So yun,
earlier
so
on,
parang,
understandable. But on Ascent, initially might not
he
be
can
the
be
most
a lot of
obvious pick,
things,
but then
but
you see
never
out like,
Hambog.
okay, on the defensive side, quick rotates
Never
from A to
Hambog.
B, have an easy lineup from A heaven, from those ramps, all the way
Siguro
down
yung
to
only
BCT.
time din na may
And you
ganun
also
siya.
look at
Totoo
how much
naman
pizza
sasabihin niya.
control you can get, how much
Magsisend siya ng
extra
picture
potential
kasi
it brings
sabihin
you.
niya,
And on the
ang
map
cute ko
that has
dito.
even
Tapos
kind of
sasabihin ko,
fast-paced
oh,
with
cute ka nga
no
dyan.
realist comps, the fact that they throw a very different type of
Ano,
deal. It's not a
Jesus,
Phoenix
wala,
comp,
wala.
but
Late,
the
late,
Yoru once
charet.
more is, I
Wala,
think,
wala.
a really smart idea, and I love the
Anyway,
utilization of it yesterday
ngayon,
on how they played it versus
Chismis is
RRQ
magre-rest
on
yan sa pro.
Ascent. Now, the last two times these two teams have faced
He's
off on
gonna
Ascent,
rest,
it
he's
went 1 for
burnt
1.
out, he's
The Oasis taking
tired.
one, and Team Secret taking the
He's-
other.
he
with
wants
the
to
same
focus
stage. That was
on
the last
himself,
stage in the
on
group
his
and in the
career.
playoffs, and so
He wants to
very
look
curious
for
map, I think,
better
for both
things
of these
or
teams
do,
to be leaving
do
open here.
something
I don't
else
think it would have
muna.
been the initial ban anyway, so it makes sense why this is the map we're going to be playing. But I'm more intrigued that this is the second
gonna
map in this
rest.
series, not something a bit further down. So seemingly wanting to get out that map here out of the way earlier on before it comes down to maybe
Saka
like
yung-
about 3, 4, 5.
yung
where
pinaka-
the
yung
series could be decided
pinaka-
in a map that's pretty 50-50 for
Gusto ko sa kanya, is sometimes he finds small streamers. Yung small streamers talaga. And when he finds the small streamers, i-share niya minsan or i-read niya or ano or magchat-chat siya sa akin na nakita ko to, ang galing nung movement niya. Gusto ko siya
No surprise Oasis banning Bind. They have had struggles really in the playoffs. Fracture, it seems like
Hi
Team
Chris,
Secret
dito ka pala.
is
He's
staying
unofficially
away
the
from right
Pinoy
now
Jet.
as
That's
much
the
as
title.
possible.
His title.
That really
Yeah,
leaves us
thank you for
with
the 100
something like
stars.
Ascent to
Like
be played. And
he would
moving
chat
around again for Team Secret.
small
One thing I
streamers
also
or
noticed
he
about
would
the squad
chat
right now
yung
is
alam
they
niyo
are just
nag-trending sa
absolutely
Valo
on point
PH yung
with
nag-neon
their
parang ginawang
communications
Apex.
when they're together.
Piniem
I
niya
think
yun
this
kasi
just goes
sabi
back to
niya
that whole bootcamp
I want
of
to help him
synergy,
be a
right?
streamer
Because
kung gusto
now that
niya,
they're all
sabi niya.
together, now that
Sabi
they're
niya,
able
parang he
to
can give good
see
content.
each
So sabi
other
niya,
play
gusto ko siya
around each other,
tulungan,
feel
gusto
the
ko
vibe. It's
i-promote
just
yung
crazy
page
to
niya
think
or
how much
something
they
kung magsi-stream siya.
improve
Tapos
from that
hindi
point
siya
on. It's
humihingi
not the
ng
biggest thing
bayad
in
sa
the
mga
world. I
ganun.
really
Like
feel
gusto
like
niya
it is
lang.
a little bit overhyped in
Like
terms of
nung
PHC,
una hindi ko
but the
magets.
results speak for themselves. When
Pero
they're
ngayon
together,
medyo
they
gets ko
perform.
na
When they
gusto
are
niya lang
not
tulungan yung mga
together,
taong may
they
potential for
flounder. That
him.
was the case in stage 1.
Like walang bayad yun. Yung basta na lang nagsusupport lang siya bigla, i-chat niya bigla na do you want to stream? Tapos meron pa siyang i-chat na gusto mo bang pumasok ng alpha. Oo, si Old Noob din. Shinare niya yun si Old Noob. Siya nag-chat siya sa akin. Tignan mo to, Old Gamer na. Ang cute niya. Tapos sabi niya, shinare ko. Tapos dumalo siya sa stream. Tapos ano, tapos yung teammates niya din sinishare niya. Tinutulungan niya. Tapos yung mga strangers din. Yung mga strangers din. As in, bigla siya mag-chat sa akin. Si Jolly Doff dati sinat niya din. Kung gusto niya daw mag magpasok sa Alpha or may PNX na sponsorship. Pag nakakita siya ng streamer, isi-send niya din sa mga talent scout ng Alpha ng GC. I-chat niya yung pages, sasabihin niya, maganda to, magaling to, parang chat niyo. Parang something like that. Parang tumutulong siya dun sa mga streamer na hindi naman niya kilala. Hindi naman siya kilala. Tapos parang sabi niya, feeling ko bago ko sa Alpha. Tapos i-chat niya or ipapachat niya. Tapos parang sa kanya, grabe naman tong taong to. Ay, hindi niya nakikita as competition. Hindi niya nakikita na parang competition to. Kasi ganito. Hindi tinutulungan niya pa kasi para sa kanya, feeling ko kaya nito. Well, parang isa yun sa super nagustuhan ko sa kanya.
I know they have the ambition to go for it. Beating Team Secret would be the accomplishment.
Who needs you to do when you have Insanity?
They've done so before.
I really hope he gets back. Ayan na guys!
This year in VCT, and the ones who eliminated Team Secret in the first place. So in essence, this is a revenge match for Team Secret. Can they shut down the championship aspirations of Oasis Gaming? They already did so there on Icebox. We go now to a Team Secret map pick. And for the side of Oasis Gaming, they're on defense, yes. Keep an eye out on the Astra of Wild Oreo. That's one more flexible pick for the guy. The Coco Ripper back on duty. The most interesting part is this Ripper here playing the Killjoy instead. Bato saying hello, and Team Secret suddenly popping out from the woodworks, but Wilder and Coco able to still handle the ambush anyway. Time now for the Caravan to get the hell out of there, but Team Secret's pinch is being made. Dispenser gonna be alongside Dubstep, but he's all alone here. Dubstep a little too late on the trade system. Wilder eventually gonna go on down, fake out the stair, putting Coco in quite the pickle, and seems like his bottle will be uncorked by Borkham instead. 2v2 scenario, and Team Secret eventually making the pinch work. But casualties on both sides making it costly. Ripper there with a crossfire, and Ripper tearing them apart as soon as he gets into battle.
Ripper in, courtesy out, but those fresh legs being fully utilized here. Great effect here by Oasis Gaming. Ripper just making sure that, I love that baiting switch as well. I'm telling you, Wild Oreo spamming on through, rather Envy spamming from the left side, completely baits out the intent here of Dubstep to try and peek it, but little does he know, Ripper is right there for the bait and switch.
Pero itong Ascent
I do like the composition from Team Secret, but this is notoriously a defender-sided map. Their composition to maybe be able to equalize the odds just a bit. Oasis, this entire stage for them is pretty much a kind of like a vengeance run, right? Basically trying to redemption arc against a team that has eliminated them, against a team they've eliminated, and now against that map number 1, which supposedly was so close to being theirs.
I mean, it's like a list. You just made the list. Team Secret said after all their losses, but Ripper, no love lost. He's just over at Pizza having a slice of Borkham there. And oh, Dubstep, he tried to jump, but all he gets are the bullets coming his way. Pretty clean right now from Oasis Gaming. Jesse Vash, though, desperate to put that spike down, but Oasis will deny everything and anything for Team Secret. A flawless win, and Oasis off to the races. These pistol rounds gonna be essential moving forward here, Black and Blue, because as soon as Oasis gets them, Team Secrets, they'll be losing a bit of that momentum despite the scenario.
That momentum that Team Secret do like to utilize isn't exactly the biggest part of their game plan. We know that any team benefits off of momentum, but Team Secret are one of those good teams that are quite proficient at just resetting themselves and getting back into the game in that case.
I'm gonna stop you right there. You're just giving a good excuse for why Team Secret loses pistol too much.
I mean, it's not an excuse, but it's just a true symptom of theirs. Like, they can lose pistol, but still win the game because they're good at resetting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. But they lose pistol because they lose pistol, and they win the game. Despite losing the pistol.
10-year inexperience. Like, it's always like, if you notice, the two eldest teams are quite notoriously bad at pistol.
Not too good at pistols. The Bread Multiverse collapses on itself there. I'm keeping stats right now, honestly. Oasis Gaming have won 2 out of 3 pistols. The only one they've lost was just because of that ninja fuse. And we'll see how much we can bring the stats on. But that's one more to the kill sheet for Wits. Add the point to him. Team Secret now looking to creep closer towards the B site. Bonus time here for Oasis Gaming. Not as effective as of yet. Wild Oreo though trying to be cheeky, up close and personal. Envy gonna be there for the covering fire, and they just put themselves in the corner. They don't care. They just want to up the body count. Dispenser gonna get 3 here though. Coco now with a flash drive over to that site. Team Secret, they don't pull the trigger as of yet, and look at the trap being sprung by Borkum. Well played, well timed, and well inflicted by Team Secret. They didn't commit on the sights, and Coco jumped the gun, and he got gunned down as a response.
That fake out actually completely was bitten here. Fell for that bait. Hook, line, and sinker, everything. So more than enough. Team Secret to realize, hey, there's a double
Alam niyo
stack
yung funny
towards
dun?
logs. Let's chop them down and bury
Alam niyo yung
them
funny
where they
dun?
stand. 2-1, you can see the Prowler
Nag-whip
just being
sila-
so
nag-whip
effective
sila dun
in
sa
those close
fake
range
Yoru.
clears.
Kaya hindi
So I guess
pumutok.
your
Hindi
Christmas
sumabog
time,
with flash.
we call Team Secret to get us a new tree. Just for the
Tapos kaya
house.
namatay si Dubstep
You
kasi
can always
nag-whip sila dun sa
buy
fake.
an assembled one, but
No. I want a real tree. I want like Dubstep plus Dispenser forever on the log right there. With a smiley face.
not the whole pine tree in your living room.
Maybe like a great oak. That'd be cool.
Oh my goodness. What a mansion you have, Dax. I wouldn't be
No, I don't.
surprised.
That's not me. That's Fluffy. Guys, he has an elevator,
Fluffy.
by the way, in his house. Quick little doxer, by the way. But hey, Team Secrets. Now.
Yeah, over at
rifles are
32nd.
gonna
I'm
be
kidding.
Yeah.
32nd Street.
There's-
Ito
then
na, gun round
the
bookings.
Rich
This
Man
is where we
Boulevard.
see.
Yeah.
Well, health makes wealth, and we'll see if Team Secret can build
Oh,
up their
wow.
wealth here as the Nano Swarms will be popped for the fake out. And
Oh, wow!
Ripper. He was like, yet again, hook, line,
No.
sinker. That's the catch on. Oasis, though, staying still on the high ground. Dubstep full speed ahead, raises it, and eventually able to chop down
Wow,
Wild Oreo
Dubstep.
in his prime. 5v4 scenario now. Dispenser keeping an eye out in the middle. It's Team Secret with site control here. Oasis stuck towards the Raptors for now.
Good small angle there. He was able to utilize off of the slight pixel. But Envy, great trade. Ripper finding an opening as well. Witz able to get that trade off into him. But Jesse Vash, all these Spectres coming in close range, fully utilizing the advantage that they've got. And Dispenser on the back line, making sure that they don't go unchecked. 2-2.
Na-trigger
Good
nung
round
Euro
here
fake
from Team
lahat,
Secret.
no, ano?
Almost inexpensive, but hey, they keep it in the pocket. Oasis now forced under an eco.
Yeah, they're happy to find out that duel anyway, but for Oasis Gaming, losing Wild Oreo early on, really hurting their chances in the retake. You could see they lack that presence all around the sites. They were absolutely funneled in towards the rafters, and while Ripper was trying to be a bit cheeky there, the thing is, there's still a backstab waiting to happen. That's when Dispenser comes in to put the pressure. Jesse Bash and Wit's able to hold the line and keep the toe. For Team Secret, if they can keep getting these sites quickly, they know what part of the map that they have in partition.
Grabe,
That's
dun.
what
Oo, diba?
their whole double
Na-trigger
duel is
ni
all about
Dubstep
here on
lahat ng
Ascent.
trap sa garden,
Dubstep right
tapos
now scanned.
nag-diretso flash siya on
Can
site.
easily get
TP on
away
site.
from this. Gate Crash is still
Tapos
available,
na-clear
and
niya
then
agad
wonder where
yung
their Yoru is
dice,
going to go
tsaka
next.
yung gen.
Well, great opening pick here by Borkum to start off the round. Marky getting punished, but that was a risk he kind of had to take. You're on the eco, you lose a pick. Why not try and go 50-50? Throw your cards on the table and see what lands, what sticks. Spaghetti? Perhaps. Cooked? Maybe not.
Spaghetti, yo. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Just because we're in Ascent, man. Just because this is technically still Italy, you don't have to talk about pizza pasta like that.
I mean, I don't have anything against pizza pasta.
I love pasta. I love pizza. And I love Envy. Getting the shop there into the real dubstep experience. You think about it, like the fake...
It's more Oasis Gaming as a whole you love, Dax.
Oh! Not as much as Fluffy loves Oasis, that's for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, like, his heart and soul and his job pretty much screams Oasis Gaming. But, Spike's planted and Oasis Gaming, can they actually go for the retake if ever? They have scrounged the rifle along the way. Nice scan there from Envy, forcing Witch to drop on down. But here we go yet again. The pinch is perfect from Team Secret. Jesse Bash right now coming in from main, keeping the shots on the pressure towards the smoke. And Envy's now the only one left. 1v3 scenario. But this is going to be a problem for Oasis if they cannot handle those flanks whatsoever. They're just going to get picked apart one by one by Team Secret. And case in point, Borkum gonna get 3 with the same pressure being applied in the last 2 rounds, and Team Secrets, apparently their acupuncture is in their own time because they're finding really where to prod Oasis Gaming as much as possible.
The formula here currently being utilized by Team Secret. Methodical, not super slow, but methodical at the very least. And when they do strike, they make it very, very swift, very efficient as well. Do not let that opposing defensive side set for a potential retake or even for the anchor defense in general. So no operator coming out on either side just yet. Blades could be dispensed here by Whips, but holds onto it for the meantime. Got a Vandal in hand, more than enough to work with. Utility being set up here for that short entrance. Spencer finds an opening pick, and Dubstep pushing out with a flash, perfectly timed. Jesse Bash finds Marky spraying on through, and Borkum there from Sabrosa sends him down to the depths of hell. Jesse Bash does get a kill, does rather get found by Envy. They have no man advantage to work with. Now they do, but Witch makes that quick and clean, not letting things get that too out of hand, and the entire brawl there pretty much happened on mid, and that's where they go.
Huh? I thought we were watching Deathmatch real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just it. Mid control, fight for it, and I don't think that's the best plan here for Oasis Gaming. They have that Astra, they have that Killjoy, and if they're not gonna manipulate angles like top mid as much as possible with those stars, then what's the point? They're not gonna get these kind of shots. Yes, they are stellar at hitting those heads as much as possible, but it's not enough. It's Team Secret with the advantage there with the sudden haste. They have some flashes to work with. They have that double duelist, and you know, especially with Jesse Bash there on the fade, he can just get a lot more intel and a lot more done compared to the rest of Oasis Gaming. So I think Oasis learning from that mistake, and immediately now on an eco states, they will decide to play a bit more passive right now. The aggression, not really the right answer, but still, they need to find a way to cover those flanks if need be. Wild Oreo here, alongside Ripper. Oasis Gaming now, watching into the middle, but Team Secret, the stack is through, and B main is the place they're going for.
They have the weapons advantage here. Economy heavily in their favor. A thicker wallet to throw around and wave in the faces. They can't be too over-eager with that. Oasis. Anyways, same as Team Secret, nobody really giving up much here. Do throw that fake out. Towards mid, Prowler to clear out the close corners, giving them control here at the B site now for the most part, but Ripper finding Wit's huge pick. Dubstep almost goes down to Coco as well. He's been tagged up quite a bit, and on this push, Oasis did stifle them for a second, but still, Team Secret should get the plant down, lockdown within the middle of the site to extend this even further, but this is potentially an expensive round for Team Secret. If Oasis get a few more picks, they've burned the lockdown already.
I mean, they created a lot of space with the Nightfall. They also used the lockdown for the same case. The Oasis Gaming, nothing much to lose into a round like this. Just try and take those rifles, try to take those heads. And let's see if they can actually make this thrifty happen. But Hunter's Fury now to call. Envy trying to draw those lines. A little bit of a coloring book here for the Sova, but Dubstep on the board, also one. Ripper getting up for herself. Finds the second. No, it's Jesse Bash instead. Fighting 2, fighting 3. And he'll find them all there at the end, haunting Oasis Gaming in that round. 5-2, a chilling presence from Team Secret. Yet again, keep an eye out as much as possible on who's staying away from the pack, because that will be where Team Secret will bring the punch on.
We've been seeing actually Dubstep play more of a lurking role here on his Yoru than really anything on else. Now, on that final push, Jesse came in to help, but Jesse Bash, it's so formidable how potent he still is, and how long he has been potent here.
Are you trying to say something?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, we have the old conundrum, the coach paradox in the PH, and it's because of players like him who are still so efficient at what they do.
We can still play. Don't worry, I'm just stirring the pot here real quick. But now, let's see.
Something you love to do, Dax.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's one of the few things we can actually do here in the English side compared to the Filipino side. But hey, Team Secrets, they are gonna go for a bit of that Prowler action. Oasis, flying presence closer to the Team angle. It might be the case here, the Team angle rather. But I think that might be the better case here. Contest close, but not too far reaching. Don't try for mid as much angles like Pizza, like Market, and the contest from the entranceways of A and B main respectively. Those can be powerful positions for Oasis Gaming just to bother Team Secret and their push. You did mention though that for Dubstep, it isn't really more of the entry potential. Instead, it's a game of patience, and I think really it's still the same style that he brings onto Bind, but let's find ourselves to the spell-binding sentence by Envy. Are they getting a takedown? Dubstep caught on that. Oasis Gaming playing guard duty here, there, and everywhere. And you can see how effective it can be as they collect the IDs and the dog tags of Team Secrets. You can identify that this is a bit better for Oasis, but Dispenser able to go for the crossfire onto Ripper. Jesse Bash bringing that spike down to the site. Now the swarm for the blockade, and Envy. Oh, the floor is lava, but he's in the corner. Did you see it? Pixel perfect with the feet. It's that game of the boat is sinking. And he's still able to stay on the newspaper in time, grouping himself with the rest of Oasis Gaming. 3 versus 1 Dispenser all alone. But in the boathouse, he is in shallow waters here. Fragment thrown also to the defaults. And Oasis Gaming taking the sweet time to get onto the site. Just have to be careful though. Dispenser right now peeking through the doorway. It's Wild Oreo who will shut down that peephole there. 3-5, Oasis doing better this time for the round.
From back of the boathouse, and his sails drop dead. Not really catching much wind. As Team Secret spread themselves a bit too thin. Need a bit more men on board, on deck, to be able to keep their sails afloat.
30 seconds left.
Ship of theirs. If you let that continue to happen, then Team Secret could be in for a rough time. Oasis can definitely come back. As the coast looks clear for them, seemingly not. Team Secret now. No operator once again on either side. Not that Oasis can really afford that expenditure. They do have the blades on the marquee. Even though they win that round, Dax, you can see how much the economic troubles have been hampering Oasis is here. Not even a full gun up on marquee, but luckily for him, he does have that blades once again. They got a lot of ultimates to throw at here. Jesse Bash has his once more.
It's always costly when you have to deal with Team Secret, especially just in that round. It looks so secure, right? That they had those 1v1s, it went to their favor, but suddenly Wild Oreo and Marky will pop together. Wild Oreo getting 2 of these weasels on the other side. Dispenser right now with the takedown of Marky. Coco gonna get on board. Jesse Bash with trade. And now in the game of Raps, it's all about the brawls and the bars here. Coco though, finding dubstep now. It's 3v1. Jesse Bash all alone, but we've seen him shoot his way out of situations like this before. Can he do it yet again? Invi though, the bow and arrow is not gonna be effective whatsoever. Technology rules. And it's Jesse Bash a year ahead. Now then, Jesse Bash bring that experience. And a shot to the face off to Coco, shutting down Mr. Roboto into the corner. This is really where Jesse Bash shines quite a touch in any game that he gets into in the PH ecosystem. And you can see it here. Jesse Bash waiting for the timing. Ripper though. Cool, calm, collected. And we talk about standards for the PH scene. Team Secret is absolute standard of its own. But what a revelation! What a lineup! Jesse Bash watching perhaps videos there on the tubes, knowing exactly what to do against Oasis position. Ripper now exposed and has to stay. Team Secret.
It's a bucket.
This is just amazing for Bash. He'll make it a time. He knows the distance. He knows the timing. And he gives him a chance in a fairer battleground. But the problem is here, Black and Blue. HP not really in his department now.
He has a single Prowler, and that Haunt is going to be online in 5 seconds as well. What a lineup there coming from Jesse Bash. Immaculate. Always at the ready, but Ripper has found him out. Here comes that Nightfall. Now this allows Bash to try and move back and forth on the swing. Jesse Bash once again. He gets the round. The ROG clutch coming his way. What a consistent player. He has been absolutely showing the young kids how it's done back in his day.
Come on, call him daddy again and again. The father PH Esports. How many times do I have to say it? Every game he touches turns into gold. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna give you a list right now. Just, of course, all of those international experiences in the MOBA scene, and arcade shooters around representing the PH in those World Cups, and even coaching into the mobile leagues now, back into the forefront and back onto the stage here in Valorant. And, well, the stage is set by Wits, Marky, having to bow down to the prowess of Team Secret. Yet again, this is where Oasis will struggle once Team Secret... Hello, Prowler, yes? Where do you want to go?
It's a figure 8.
It just decided to draw a quick little figure there. Add infinitum perhaps for Team Secret, but we'll see if they can get an infinite amount of momentum with these rounds. Wits right now, the dashing on forward. Wild Oreo absolutely blinded there by the paranoia, and now he's isolated. His generator stands will just be diffused. Wits getting on the board. Team Secrets, a successful plant and take of that A site.
Rifles here, not in the favor of Oasis, nor the man count. Save that lockdown, Ripper, for another round. He knows he has to. Now, pushing on, Envy gets a kill. Borkum pushing on towards the grass as well.
Wow,
Reaps the soil, gets a kill. Securing that advantageous half here early on, 7-3. Oasis can get these last 2 rounds turn out well for them, but it's going to be very difficult now, Dax. Not a good sign of things to come. If this is a mere, I guess, kind of telltale sign of what is to come with them being on the defense and struggling like this on a map like Ascent. Things are not going to bode well for them at the end of this.
Yeah, and the worst part for Oasis Gaming is they're always put in awkward scenarios. You can see the biggest victim of that is Marky. And I can see why he's struggling to find those kills, because many a times when he tries to put on the impact, Team Secret is prepared for it. Either the front or the back. It's always an angle that Oasis Gaming needs to be wary of. It's just the biggest problem right now here for Oasis. We're not even seeing those cheeky teleport plays from Dubstep. No, you mentioned it a while ago. And I was going to talk about how on Bind, it's kind of similar case. It just suits the map even better, so it's more obvious. But he always plays that hold back style. Marky though making the shot connect off Dubstep dispenser, making the trade work. And see, there's no escape from Marky. Even with the kill on Dubstep, it doesn't matter because Team Secret will be prepared for it. Just problems after problems piling on for Oasis. In the meantime, for Team Secret, using their utilities in sometimes different manners. Case in point, Dubstep. But a safer way to get that intel to garner the call, but Ripper making it unsafe for Wits, and here comes trouble as Oasis Gaming happens to hold on sites. Team Secret though with the angle over at Speedway, Jesse Bash zooming on in, and there you go, the boom with the zoom. That's 2 for your fast already.
Jesse Bash, completely decapitates Envy.
There you
Give
go.
him a 4th man, Jesse Bash.
Another 4K.
What a player! What a game he's having, and what just an amazing series he has in his grand finals, and
16
has really evolved his game to be able to take up the mantle of some of the most difficult positions Team Secret need him to do. With flying colors and 5 stars, he passes them all.
I know this is the wrong game, but somehow, someway, he has just backtracked back to prime Jesse Bash again and again, and this has just been his stage. He is the time master. We know that he keeps the Chronos on, and now Oasis Gaming, bit of a timeout just for recovery. They desperately need it. They're unable to stem the Team Secret side from coming their way. The dam that they're trying to build bursting because of the overcapacity even before the barricades are set. And you look at their composition right now, you have that Killjoy, you have that Astra, but do they really have the chance to go for those stalls as much as possible with things like the Nanoswarms, things like the Stars? No, that's the problem. And the times that they do, they just get bothered by the fake outs, Team Secret having a different angle of attack if ever. And it just becomes such a struggle for Oasis Gaming to stop the push. The moment the Team Secret makes it to a site, that's already a big problem and a big blunder for the Oasis side, given the composition that they have. And Team Secret, the execution's clear and showing Oasis how it's done.
I'm not too sure if Jesse Bash is still calling on this map, but I would assume so, because he pretty much does for most of the maps that they do play in. But what a scan here coming in. Marky's able to capitalize on that. Great recon vault from Envy. Borkum quick on the trade, not gonna let that go unchecked. Here as well, no, Dubstep puts the mask on and they're looking. Nobody cared till he put it on, and now they have to be wary of what he's gonna do. Flash can peek on out, dismisses out of it, does not be able to get the kill because Ripper's right there behind him. He didn't even notice. Dubstep not checking his rear. Jesse Bash and Borkum, it's all onto him. Borkum boosting himself up here on Heaven. Can definitely be that angel that they need, but can't even keep Jesse Bash protected from the smitten lightning strikes down below here from Envy. Another re-smoke. Allow Borkum to have some concealment to work with, but his wall can be broken. Gonna ultimate his way from the shadows all the way to the B side as he's faked them completely here. And now he has a real chance to make things happen. As a single shadow step to utilize, smoke should be up in 5 seconds, but no more paranoia. Nothing else to really outplay him.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much though, unless Borkum decides to turn back that time to Borkum time. Ripper there on the other side. Here we go with Alt Oreo, and case in point, Oasis. As soon as they come out from a pause, no if and buts, they get that round. Convincing statement there from Oasis. I believe this time though, it was just a lot more ambitious from Team Secret. Oasis expecting the dimensional drift play, expecting the backstab to come. And you can see there towards that A site, they had the numbers, and they still didn't fully expend everything. They put the lockdown, anticipating that Borkum was going to go for the TP play. And this really goes to show that for Oasis, they're not done with this game as of yet. But this is quite a commanding presence by Team Secret. And the biggest reason why is Commander Jesse Bash himself. The clutch has been unreal from Jesse Bash. Many times, he's able to bail out the team in those scrap fests, and especially in those 1v1s that he can use his utilities. It's the wisdom again for Team Secret giving them the edge. Oasis, though, now on the attacking side, we know for Oasis, the executes are clear cuts every time they're on the attack for any kind of map.
Oasis' attack, even on a defensive map like this, can still punch through, make things a lot more desperate for Team Secret than you might think. 8-4, not that big of a scoreline, not when it's Oasis at the helm of that horse on the Trojan side of things. They can, get themselves on the back lines and really just make things chaos for Team Secret. Now they have that fade on the Jesse Vash, and we've seen his Prowler coming big multiple times over, especially that haunt of his. But if Coke was able to land, yeah.
I thought you were going to say especially that figure 8 that we saw.
No, I mean, I get the idea, right, of a figure 8. It was just to make sure that he didn't miss anything directly around the Prowler, make a 360, right? But it just looked kind of comical in the way it all panned out.
It's because it started latching to the left. And then I think he probably controlled it to the right? The Prowler is a very interesting ability to talk about. Because he can half control it, but then it decides to have a mind of its own when it smells a little bit of blood nearby. This is interesting. But you were saying something.
JC Vash, big smart, big brain.
Big brain, there you go. Thank you. DLD are very good. But Coco,
if he knifed the Jesse Vash, then there's no abilities for him to use.
Yes. But the problem was, the Nightfall was there, remember that? And then just like, okay, no problem, I guess I die.
Yeah. Why are we
Why do you start talking like this?
Hello, thanks for the
Yeah, that's the small. No, that's when we go for the small talk. Small talk, small voice, but now big implications into the round. Team Secrets. If they can be convincing here in the second half, well, that's the second map in their favor.
Elder Flame
One away
frenzy pa din.
from getting back to where they perceive to be, where they belong in. Next map after this one could be Breeze, but Oasis, they need to ascend to even higher heights here to the ascent. The rollercoaster ride of the Oasis. A thrill ride waiting to happen. And let's see right now, as Witch will have to duel into the middle. Alright, though, we get the entry point from Marky. Cutting the line and cutting Dispenser down with some help from Wild Oreo. Ripper, though, able to tear apart Borkum. Dubstep now, finding the trade onto Ripper. But it's still Oasis with a hallmark of the executions. Here we go. Example is set, and A-side is taken.
There's a thing, though, Dax. I think their defense here is going to struggle from Team Secret because of the composition that they bring. It isn't as well-rounded as Oasis might be, and so the stacking side of theirs looking potentially very illustrious. Great round here from Oasis. 5-8 pistol round taken and seized very convincingly as well. Not really much exception to that fact coming from Team Secret, and once again, their defensive side, I'm not too sure how well it's going to work out considering the hand that they're bringing to the table.
Well, for Team Secret, I think it really has to depend on if they can get those angles yet again. It worked out on the attacking side. I'm looking really at what Dubstep can do here on the defense. And we go back to the sample size, not just for the RRQ game versus Ascent, but again, how he plays the Yoru on Bind itself. Usually he throws the gate crash backwards, and then he's the one moving forward here. But this is a little bit different. Instead, the gate crash now ready for that contest down in Rosa. And if ever it was a mid-contest by Oasis Gaming, that could have been the backstab there. But case in point, Oasis, they want to direct their attention straight to this site. And who can blame them? They have that KO. They have that Sova. They also have an Astra to set up those stars so easily that Oasis Gaming, as soon as Marky decides to go in, they will just follow and suit as much as possible. Dispenser though. Shorty now in hand. Ready? Right behind the smoke. Crosshair being set. Oasis right now rethinking their plans. And mobilizing just a little way to watch the flank. Should still be an A-take here if ever they want to.
Look at how far they've pushed themselves here. Also give it up early. Trying to rotate around. They don't have enough time to do that. Perfect read from Marky. Not sure if he found maybe or saw the barrel there, but got the lucky spam through and expecting the stack on the A side. It's a good guess for him to make. Jesse Vash has good position here. I think he gets tagged by his teammates on Paranoia. Trying to check this smoke for anything. He gets one, but that's out of shells for him. The double shorty, and that's all he can do. As Ripper and Wild Oreo makes this and says out to you. 6-8, Oasis convert the anti-bonus in quite a proficient fashion, but Team Secret now, their guns are going to have to come in big.
Ripper should have told Envy that he was dodging the smoke. Did you notice that? He stayed away from going directly into the smoke. He hugged the circle instead, expecting perhaps a shorty surprise on the inside, but look at Indy. He's just rolling on in. Just like, oops. Guess we're to tell you that someone's there, and for Oasis Gaming, of course, they mop on up. So good sign here in the second half. They won out that pistol yet again for Oasis. And now, let's see if they can convert on the bonus. A bit of vital. Wild Oreo actually gonna have a rifle right now alongside Marky. Oasis not afraid to invest whatsoever with their stellar guns. Wits right now having to break that 0 point, able to dash on away, but that's still expenditure here, my friend. He had to use the dash right now just to get the hell out of that bad situation. Oh, the Yoru fake out. No one gonna fall for it. Instead, in Oasis Gaming, hit by the paranoia. It's quite a medley of utility being a bother. There's no conversion from Team Secret as of yet. Instead, now we are converted to the Oasis religion. Marky can get on the board versus Wits. Jesse Bash making a trade work, but he's busy swinging with the mace and busy trying to get away. Ripper will catch him off guard and catch him from above. Marky now with one more and 4v2 as Team Secret tried to scramble. Dispenser though tried to bail out of that situation. Borkum though now in a 1v2 slate.
Ooh, dangerous.
And this is dangerous, as you said. The star in the way over at the Speedway. Mark and Getty ready. Seems like Borkum trying to go for the wall bangs, but Team Secret cannot find the target. Oasis already advancing just slightly there with Wild Oreo, and he's on spike, ready to pounce. Wild Oreo keeping it calm, and Oasis stringing along the 3 here.
Great find from Oasis. That's 4 rounds now in a row that they have won, including the final one
of
the first half. No, like Borkum, he had some utility there. Could have TP'd through, across, in a switch, and then used maybe a smoke. But hey, bygones be bygones. This is what I'm talking about, Dax. It's going to be very difficult on this defensive side from Team Secret, even though it is a favored side on the scent. Typically, it could be quite a conundrum for them, because what utility do they really have to force Oasis back from their pushes? On the defense of Oasis, they had that Astra, they have the Killjoy, and everything else in between with the KO as well, but not that same card to be dealt here by Team Secret, seeing as how a lot of their composition is based on winning those fights. They have lots of flashes to throw out, lots of utility to throw out in terms of the gunfight itself, but in terms of stopping power, stalling the opposing side, nothing really aside from Dispenser. One could argue, hey, isn't the Paranoia or a Prowler almost like a stopping utility in that case? Yes, but the idea is to reinitiate. But if they can't win those initial reinitiates here, if I may will, then it's going to be very difficult for them to really win things around. So either they win the opening gunfight or have to hard play a retake.
No, that's a good point right there. Because it's exactly what happened in that last round. Sure, the Paranoia connects, but where's the follow-up? Sure, all these other utilities connect, but where's the follow-up? Oasis Gaming, they are stalled, but not stopped. And for Oasis, they will not be stifled by that kind of setup whatsoever, because the execute is clear, the plan is there, and again, Oasis acting on orders and acting on the shots. 3 already going down the hand of Team Secret in the haste that does not make waste whatsoever. Oasis looking to be as sublime as possible. Wild Oreo making the trade work. And everything left now to Wits, but he's so far away from the Blade Storm. So far away from all of the action. And this is now Oasis showing how offensive they can truly be on the attacking side. What can stop the Oasis train now? I look at the Team Secret's roster, and it has to be an early pick or two. Someone like Wits or Dubstep, they need to take that extra step, because what Borkum, Vash, and Dispenser have right in hand, it has proven to be not enough to hold the line against Oasis Gaming. Oasis now backing on away safely. They should be able to take this round, and Wits could be joining his brothers in arms in their own demise. But there you go, tied up now. The Oasis Gaming will be able to get the round. Wits,
why did Wits save the frenzy? Why did Wits
stay alive?
Yeah.
Why did he save?
I think he was saving the armor he had. But okay, it's a thing, I guess.
Okay. No, I'm just like, okay, yeah, noted.
Yeah, curious. Anywho, rounds at an equilibrium here right now. Pendulum swinging so far, magnetized towards Oasis's favor. That could be turned around by Team Secret right here, right now. No operator out once again in the hands of either Wits or Dubstep. As I said, the utility that they have comes down to really just perfect timing on how they flash and reinitiate to try and counter these pushes, because a lot as well of their comp comes down to getting a kill and swinging immediately to try and rather getting a flash popping and getting a kill immediately after that swing. And if they don't, then the utilities pretty much come to very little use. So they're gonna have to really set the pace early on, or wait back and play a bit more retake where they have so much more initiating power. The paranoia, the fade, and the Yoru combined, as well as obviously Wits on that jet, is really where they can make things different. But look at Dubstep here, waiting. He knows he has that gate crash to bail out at any time if it does seem to be the case. This Aldrone not gonna find him. Pulls out the fake out here, but it's Envy who finds him. And how does it all crumble here in the face of Dubstep? Spencer was holding his mark, but just awkward positioning, awkward timing, catching him off guard. They get the plant off of it too.
Couldn't hit the shots whatsoever, and unfortunate for Team Secret. Worries yet again on the defense. The woes continue. And as it stands, the Cosmic Divide now keeping Oasis with a quite safe haven, but Borkham now shattering that illusion. Wild Order gonna get felled, so the backstab now a possibility for Team Secret, something they used effectively on the attacking side. And here we have it, Spencer Wits on the board, the retake looking quite clear here. Coco, the only one left, but for Team Secret, this was a much-needed round. It fell apart for Dubstep, but not for the rest of Team Secret. And case in point, if Oasis doesn't watch their rear as much as possible, well, it's their butts on this plate, and this is now Team Secret keeping the lead in hand.
So if you see how that round basically came down to Team Secret winning duels, now that can be a generalization for most rounds in general, but there's better ways to reinforce that. Borkham, good flank from him, and for him to be, completely just keeping an eye on whatever happens on that flank, and as well as making sure that the Oasis have to check their backs, have to look over their shoulder one time before blinking, then it does kind of cause a scramble within the site. But if not for those kind of individual plays that we find here from Team Secret to bail them out, then things are going to be very difficult for them still to close this map out. They hold on to the lead for the meantime, but how long will that continue? Nightfall doesn't connect. If anything, it gives away the intention of Team Secret on this defensive side, and with that very aggressive mid-take, almost seemed like it would be late on the rotate, but they've got lots of utility to force and rather stop A main if it ever did come. But the Oasis looking to re-hit here towards the A site, and Ripper finds a perfect timing to catch up Dubstep.
Yeah, they saw it coming and they stayed away from the moon there. The Nightfall was it to play. A little too ambitious from Dubstep to go forward towards the spawn. This is something Oasis loves to have, especially when they have that Killjoy. A chance to rotate if ever. A watch over onto the other main. And now Marky, the main man of Oasis Gaming, able to get rid of the Spencer to start things off. Now he decides to climb the towers here through the window. He will shatter expectations and look to shatter the Team Secret defense as it stands. Blast strewn all over the floor, and bodies will fall on the hand of Team Secret. Next lifts is gonna be Wiz. Only one left right now in this situation. Kokodo gonna get confirmed. Still getting ready with the dash if ever, but who's waiting on top of things? And it's Marky right there, right then, in position. 9-9, Oasis tie it up yet again.
Team Secret, I honestly don't think that this map is going to go their way. And I really do feel like at the end of things, Oasis have a good chance of tying this up, even more so than Icebox would, considering the fact that, and that's also, taking the factor that Icebox typically is a better map for Oasis in general that is for Team Secret. The composition here and the playstyle just, I think, is a better matchup for Oasis that is for Team Secret's favor. And we see those struggles that we talked about and quoted about early on, even during the pistol of the second half, come true. Like, there's really a lot more difficulty in finding any sort of stalling or stopping power on Team Secret's side because of what their comp just gives them. Now, it's really good on the attacking side. We saw them close it out 8-4, but even at that case, it can be completely flipped on over on their defense because of all those woes we've said. Now, it does come down to a shooting game at the end of the day. Who taps heads first wins, but the better ways to influence those fights, it's on Oasis' side.
For Oasis, this is really just one of those contending grounds here, man. Team Secrets, they've shown their struggles on Ascent in the PH history, and yes, they have had recent success. They have shown that they can make these very innovative compositions work. But the struggles for Dubstep are absolutely clear. We haven't seen too much wiliness out of the Yoru. It's more clear-cut where he's going, and Oasis absolutely no fool whatsoever. Can they handle it? So can they actually take the lead away from Team Secrets? Seems like those are the questions now looking to be answered by Oasis. How many times, though, do we have to look at this quiz?
You should
The Aldrone for the target. Lockdown, though, initiated here. The Oasis Gaming setting up a foundation for their success. Borkham, though, he's trying to be ambitious. The turret's gonna be spotting him out. And do we get the peek here from Marky? He knows he's running on the way. Witz, though, making the trade work. It seems like the Blades right now are gonna be as sharp as ever. Defense finally getting stalled on. Going for a little bit of dink there. Ripper able to make the trade work. And Dubstep right now answers back. Suddenly, though, it's all left now to Envy. Alone on an island and alone on the boathouse. Hunter's Fury the call. Witch flying on eye, ascending to even better heights. And the Blade Storm will connect them all. Lacerations as this corpse is a crime scene. 10-9, and Team Secret fight back. They refuse to budge away from this lead position.
I get why Envy kind of wanted to pop that because they were coagulated towards that CT position, towards that defender-sided spawn entrance, but I know for such a cerebral player, I think that was by far the wrong move to pull out. Why use a Hunter's Fury in a 1v3, especially against an eco you just made more expensive for yourself in a round that you're probably going to lose already? Could have been crucial to utilize later on, but this is what Team Secret have to do. They have to shake things up, and there's so much ask of Dispenser in this map, in this matchup specifically, considering the comp that they have. He is going to have to be super flexible and have really good reads, honestly, on where he places his utility to try and give Team Secret that small bit of stopping power they desperately need. Now, this Operator, though, could be that final card in the deck the Team Secret have been waiting to pull out here in the defensive side. And Witz, we know how potent he can be with that, but they shut him down with a smoke here early on. Dispenser gets a kill, and that's his job done. All he has to do at this point is fall back and make sure they don't cross idly in the market. Flash shot, perfect from Dubstep! And it gets Ripper and Envy. In that case, Jesse Vash on the fly gets shut down by Walt Oreo, but the damage has been done. 2v4, and Coca and Walt Oreo are going to have to pull out even more heroics to maybe scrap around here.
Yeah, screw it. Team Secret says they just want to go for the challenge of Dispenser. The gauntlet has been thrown. Wild Oreo gonna fall. Everything left out to Coco, but he is spotted out here by Team Secret anyway. No matter where you come from, Team Secret is watching with an all-seeing eye. And that is exactly now how Team Secret wants to win it. They realize, okay, maybe we can go for the duels. We can make these kind of plays. Dispenser, though, off that marker, winning out that mid-fight, it just allowed Team Secret to be even more ambitious because now they know that the flank would be coming from market too soon. It wouldn't bother Dubstep if he ever makes a blindside play. It's pace in points, mowing them both down. Really, Team Secret, it's just a matter of resiliency right now here, my friend. The fact that they have struggled here in the second half doesn't really matter too much just because they've been able to keep the lead away from Oasis. And almost, unfortunately, it's just never good enough. Let's see if Oasis can actually get the grasp on the situation. And not only that, Bladestorm here for the hand of Marky. So this is Oasis now, looking for a proper timing to actually make it towards this A side. Witz still able to back on the way. The blind connecting. Luckily for him, he was able to creep through the archway and at least crawl with his Operator still in hand for Oasis, though. It's only a matter of time for their explosion. Just trying to see if they can get that cubby control before anything else. Dubstep, though. Does Ripper see that coming? I don't think it's in the AoE. This is a perfect chance if it apps for Dubstep to make that play. There you go, teleport on in. And Ripper half expected it, but didn't fully commit, and now he's dead.
Great use of the utility there from Team Secret and Dubstep especially. Very hard to try and do much against that. Marky, getting tagged up quite a bit here. Luckily for him, the turn doesn't slow him down too much. Not that it is even in sight for that. They will get the plant down here on the B side, so a chance, but that's slowly being scrapped away here by Vash. Dubstep, Dispenser, it all comes on him. Coco's detained. It's jail time for him. Potty time as well. As Borkham from the rear takes him down. 9-12. Team Secret rally back. They realize, hey, what we have to do on this defense is get those early picks, early initiates. Otherwise, we're going to be, when it comes down to the time, going to be very difficult to try and force an Oasis full 5-man push to stall. So the game plan here being shifted up by Team Secret has been the perfect case for them to secure this match point.
Yeah, that's what we noted early on. If Team Secret is going to run this double duelist on the defense, might as well make those plays early and as quickly as possible. In past few rounds, not only has Dubstep really stepped on up, it has also been Dispenser finding ways to get those frags out. And for Team Secrets, those are where, in crucial moments, their roster absolutely steps on up. Timeout called. Oasis Gaming they feel that they're always so close to reaching Team Secret standard. But we just go back to we just go back to the Oasis problem, right? They are the epitome of almost there. They are the epitome of just being an inch away from true greatness. And right now, it's rearing its ugly head here in this series because that Icebox map, they were the ones on match point first, and it all fell apart. Here on the attacking side, their executes have been so stellar, especially when they can just handle the stall from Team Secrets. But once Team Secret adjusted, it has become an Oasis problem. The timeout, though, has been some good juju here for them. It has been a good sign. And let's see if Oasis can fight on back, force that OT if ever, because the series can go the distance, especially if Oasis can keep up with Team Secrets. Borkum, though, on the other side, over with that wine, get the flash drive. And this is TS now, having to be playing a little bit more careful, because if Oasis decides to go and get the commitment, then it'll be a bother onto Wits and Borkum here.
Yung one
Never a feels good moment Dax to be short an inch, but this time Oasis they have to stand true, stand up tall. True shot here landing for Wits. Ball don't lie. Neither does Borkum. Off of the wine, he stakes a sip, and it's Envy who finds the bottom of the cup here, lined with poison, led by the bullets of Borkum himself. On the flank though, taking this short position, walk their way all up towards grass. I don't think Team Secret are going to realize what Oasis is about to reap. They sow it, though. It goes Wits' way. Not the harvest season that Oasis were expecting here. Ripper does get found. Marty as well. Perfect Haunt, and he is terrorized. A nightmare for him to be put in this situation. 2v5 on the state. This is looking like a done round. Doesn't even connect the shot, but what does it matter? Because Dubstep is here to clean up house, but Marky will get the trade immediately. Not letting him get that kill, which seemed so opportunity. Right one for them. Wits finally connects the shot, and this could be it. Will he get the final? No. Coco still fighting on True. Picks up the operator. The only weapon you really want in a low economic and low health situation. This is going to be a very difficult clutch for him to pull out. That turret gives him away when he does cross, but his own footsteps will be his own demise as well. Spencer knows this is coming, and that is it. Map number 2 secured by Team Secret. 2-0 as they go up in the series.
We are always at the edge of the ending there. Seems like the epilogue went a little bit longer, but Team Secrets right truly in epitaph right now, and Oasis Gaming, they were getting close, they were getting there, but they couldn't make it to the promised land versus Team Secret. As soon as Team Secret decided to put their foot on the door, Oasis Gaming could not play any entries really, and that just became the problem for Oasis, getting stifled, and the push just getting stopped as soon as they had their angles. Truly, the tolls were set there by Team Secrets, and that's why they take the win there on Ascent. So 2-0 right now for the series. Team Secrets just one win away from going back to their throne, going back to being titled as the kings of the PH scene, and you can really see it here. Just that late rally yet again, giving Team Secrets that extra little bit of momentum, that extra little bit of confidence, and especially when we had players like Dubstep online, players like the Spencer, getting the job done there on the defense, finding more of that stall. It has allowed Team Secret to build a path of success. It just goes to show for TS, this is their tournament to win if they could continue on with their standard.
Super important round for Team Secret to take that round 15, catapulted them. You can even see it in the graph on how it reflects that. From then on forward, it was all the way up for Team Secret. But by that point, they've had that cushion. They got the few rounds in their pocket, and realizing, hey, our game plan of just holding back, not really working out. They go for those early initiates, what they should be doing, and get the rounds that mattered. Jesse Vash as well. Incredible play on that opening half of theirs to really keep Team Secret firmly in that lead 8-4, but the comeback from Oasis looked pretty dangerous many times over. Beginning to storm, beginning to avalanche, but all that weather seemingly soothed out by Team Secret in the end of things, not allowing this to just get completely out of hand. Team Secret, for them to take map number 2, doesn't bode too well for Oasis. Map number 3 on Breeze, next on Over. By the way, is a map that Team Secret have yet to lose in the past, 5 months at all. 5-0 on Breeze. And before we even get to that, man, what a game, and what, once again, a series being put up by these two teams, but most importantly, Secret. They're on that path to redemption of the title, the crown that is rightfully so theirs.
Look, Oasis had that good rally in the second half. Don't get me wrong, but truly, Team Secret just getting rid of that permit so decisively, preventing them from getting that lead, just stopping Oasis in their tracks before it got a little too out of hand. And I think that was like the biggest problem for Oasis Gaming. Their executes can be clear cuts, but what if they're not really given the chance to do it properly? What if they don't have that full system to work with? And this is where we see for Team Secret just the dismantle of the opposition again and again. Really sure. Solid step up there from Jesse Bash, especially in the first half, but the rest of the team coming online when they needed to the most. And one of these more confident rounds, really just holding on to that A side, holding on to that B side. Despite the plants, it was Team Secret with the advantage, and they just chased Oasis there in the end, hounded them to corners, and proved that there was no escape from the wrath of Team Secret. A well-deserved win. Now, it's Oasis looking at either elimination or a reverse sweep. Wonder if that's gonna happen though. I wonder what will be next here in the PH finals, because we are seeing some of the best teams to really clash. They have taken their whole months away just to be at this level, be at this stage. And at the very end of this road, it's only 2 teams that are still standing. Can Team Secret wrap it up on the silver platter and call it a 3-0? Or will Oasis Gaming fight back to extend play and go for more? But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be actually going for, I believe, a halftime panel here. And when we return, discussing what has gone on for the first 2 maps. Stacks here though, with Black and Blue. This is VCTPH. We'll see you guys in just a bit for more of this amazing Grand Finals.
Chain, my vest, my watch, my belt, my cheese, my house, my sneakers, my blouse. I just party hard, topping the 1 in the chart. I've already won, babe, but then you start.
Okay guys, 5 minutes break. Wait lang, balik ako.
Unless you heard it from me, then you ain't heard it from me. Got it from me, all the energy extra. You don't wanna see me with the hitters. Generations caught up, look how things will switch. People they're quick, now they wanna move at the bits. Boy wanna go to bitch, nah. Now I'm moving. I gotta do what I do. I'm really here on my ones now instead of 4 3s or 2s. And now it's effing from Paris. I could have been effing you in Paris. I don't wait for the drop, I just flow from the pop. From me, all the energy extra. You don't wanna see me with the hitters. Generations caught up, look how things will switch. People they're quick, now they wanna move at the bits. Boy wanna go to bitch, nah.
Working a 9 to 5, I had to go and feed the guys. Nobody did it right, I had to show them how to grind. I had to beat the odds, this is the life I live for God. Taking a step at a time, we going up, we headed to Mars. Taking them chances, making decisions, you know I'm never gonna lie. Till you let go, I'm copying all them, who you gon' be inside. I cannot fake it, I gotta face it, I gotta do the time. You gotta wait, make for a great pay, make sure you're doing your job. Gotta deal with the patience, 200 at every occasion. Going to different locations, how they got when I need some direction. Me and Vinci go up every session. Cook it up, yeah, you know it's no pressure. Yeah, you know how we do it, we all in. We can slow up and you never catch us. Working a 9 to 5, I had to go and feed the guys. Nobody did it right, I had to show them how to grind. I had to beat the odds, this is the life I live for God. Taking a step at a time, we going up, we headed to Mars. You know my my slimes, they came from the bottom to top. They can define us, they tryna find us, boy, I know you with the ops. We're not the same, no, you can't compare me, I don't belong in the box. Don't try to play me, no, I'm not friendly, this is everything I got. Ain't no playing around, this is no playground. It no matter, I do what I say now. I'ma go give them something to say now. Got them stuck on my back like a spray ground. CZ's don't gotta complain. I'm a shooter, got eyes in my van. They said that I would never make it, they thought I was crazy, they said I'm insane. Working a 9 to 5, I had to go and feed the guys. Nobody did it right, I had to show them how to grind. I had to beat the odds, this is the life I live for God. Taking a step at a time, we going up, we headed to Mars.
Undefined for life.
Oh man, what you talking about, man? You're so crazy, bruh.
Wasn't too long before I realized a whole lot of truth just realized. Two groups faking the real guys, and both of them plotting on your meal size. Gotta be more, is this real life? Got a bad hum, but I still try. Try and knock me down and I still climb. I can see the promised land right over the hill line. And when I get there, yeah, we all gon' party. Learn how to surf cause the waves is gnarly. Gotta make the bread, gotta bake the barley. But it take a little time, be patient, darling. Working for the people, gotta rake them all in. But sometimes people make you hate your calling. Some people panic when the brakes is stalling. Me, I go to God when my faith is falling. Put it on the tattoos. A righteous man don't know bad news. Found forgiveness for my snafus. Nothing for the pretty girls trying to get a cashew. Bad dude. Sometimes life really suck like a vacuum. The devil I don't ever turn my back to. I just wanna shower love like a bathroom. And be a role model for the black youth.
Here you go. Here you go again. Talking all that. What? What are you talking about, man?
Wasn't too long before I realized a whole lot of truth just realized. Two groups faking the real guys, and both of them plotting on you.
A river cuts through a rock not because of its power, but its persistence. And the persistence of Team Secret and Oasis Gaming is what makes the Grand Finals on the VCTPH Stage 2 Challengers a beautiful sight to behold. I'm welcoming you back to the panel with Likeable, Fluffy, and G10. It's the halftime, ladies and gents, so let's have a recap of what has happened so far. Team Secret and Oasis Gaming had a neck-and-neck game over at Icebox. This match was filled with incredible gameplay and clutches resulting in multiple overtimes, which, my god, had me on the edge of my seat. But in the end, the game went to Team Secret's favor. Moving on to the next map, it started to smell like Team Secret as we went to Ascent.
Like Darwell did that yesterday.
Yes.
Asteroid did that yesterday.
Yes,
Wait,
that's
well done.
that joke.
Yes, that was it. Oh,
that was it.
my bad.
Haha.
I'll give you points for effort. Points for effort. I like it.
Anyway, once again, Team Secret has shown us their comfort of having Fade and the double duelist composition on this map. So currently the score is 2-0, and although the score seems like it's one-sided on paper, we can't forget how close the actual matches are. So in the end, this is the grand finals match that we were hoping to see over here. All the duels, action, and just the good clutches coming in from our players. And speaking of, we've had our fair share of wins and clutches, all courtesy of our sponsors. So we would like to thank PPGL, the largest multi-game esports league in the country, together with Riot Games, for bringing the Valorant Champions Tour here in the Philippines. The VCT Challengers PH Stage 2 tournament is also sanctioned and overseen by the Games and Amusement Board.
We would also like to thank our official sponsors. VCT Stage 2 Philippines Challengers is organized by Globe at Home. Fiber strong, family strong with the new G Fiber, only $20.99 on Globe at Home. Game and speeds up to 150 Mbps, mabilis na, unlimited internet pa. To learn more, go to shop.globe.com.ph/broadband.
And once again, VCT 2022 is brought to you by the Asus Republic of Gamers. The brand brings the best in every gamer, and the, wait for it, Swift PG259Q and R is proof of their dedication. It's the fastest monitor in the country with a 360 Hz refresh rate, 1 millisecond of response time, and NVIDIA G-Sync inside. And the best IPS panels available today, and you have the best display for every competition. Go to ph.rog.gg/ROGXVCT 2022 for more information about the Swift PG259Q and R.
Thanks to ROG, we had a good deal of clutches on the show, which we can spot on the highlights that we had in the past 2 games. Let's take a look at the highlights so far. We're here on Icebox, Fluffy. We saw the ninja diffuses by Borkum and the wild Oreo clutch, the wild Oreo clutch. Oh my lord, I was jumping up and down over here.
Yeah, this map truly, it was Oasis Gaming's map pick, and unfortunately for them, did not go their way, but not without its triumphs and tribulations. It was one of those games that the last time they faced each other, they really went into OT, but more so even now, ending the game 17-15 for the side of Team Secret. At the end of it, there's a lot of energy coming into this first game and really set the tone for the rest of the matches today, especially on the Ascent map. Here on Icebox though, Dubstep opening so many rounds for his team, getting the most first bloods out of any of the players in the lobby. And of course, we see Marky, Wild Oreo, and even Courtesy making their mark, getting a lot of aces against Team Secret. But that was not enough as we move into Ascent.
Yes, Ascent G10, Jesse Bash with the massive lineups over here. Now, Oasis Gaming did have a good attacker execution here, but Team Secret was able to see right through them after a couple of rounds.
Yeah, and it was like Team Secret could smell what Oasis Gaming was cooking with a creative comp with the Yoru and the Fade on Dubstep and Jesse Bash specifically. It really was closer than it should have been, in my opinion. I mean, in the first half, Oasis did that classic Oasis opening, winning the first 2 rounds and then losing quite the next bit. But in the second half, they really pulled themselves together and were leading for quite some... we're trying to get the lead. They weren't leading quite yet, but they did catch up to Team Secret, except for the last part where Team Secret nailed them to the wall for the last 4 rounds.
Oh, definitely. And by the way, G10, I saw what you did there. I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with Icebox and Ascent out of the way, let's have a look on what maps we're left with over here. Just for a quick touch-up, we still have Breeze, Haven, and Split on the way. We're off to Breeze next, G10. How do you think the tides will roll on the map that's so close to the ocean?
Well, you know, an interesting fact about Team Secret that I was made aware of by Dax, thank you Dax, was that this year, Team Secret have yet to lose a Breeze map to anybody. They've played this like 5 or 6 times this year and they haven't lost once. Even though Oasis is really strong on Breeze, the records show that this year Team Secret has just a very good mastery over Breeze. But you know, as this is always a caveat, if Oasis does find something creative, or if they're able to shut down Team Secret early, they can snowball it with their momentum into a really good second half.
All right then, look at the scores that we have here. Like I mentioned earlier, it was a pretty close match on Icebox and Ascent. Now, after we do go to Breeze, Fluffy, Haven will be right over there. And can we expect the rounds to be as tight-knit as they were over at the first 2 maps?
I think it'll be as close as the Icebox game, as both teams really are very proficient on the Haven map. A long time ago, I feel like Haven was the map that Team Secret, formerly with their brand roster all the way until I think they went international, they didn't lose a single game on it until they faced Oasis Gaming back in Stage 1. So now that we're in Stage 2 with both teams adapting with more flexibility, more fades and other agents that are available, it's a bit different in scene, but the record still does stand that Oasis Gaming is one of the teams that can take them down, if any. But that being said, they still have to go through Breeze, and unfortunately for Oasis Gaming, even if they do win both of the maps, they will be putting all their hopes and dreams to getting into the top seed APAC slot and champions for this stage in the map of Split, which, if I'm being super honest, isn't one of Oasis Gaming's strong suits. So if they do manage to turn this around, it'll be quite the challenge for the team, but it'll also be proof that the team really deserves it.
Oh, definitely. We did touch up on this a bit, Fluffy, earlier on in our first panel, where we talked about how Oasis Gaming has to make the most of the first 4 maps. You know, that's what we were talking about earlier, but so far it's not looking good for them. You know, I'm really worried about this team. And again, if we do reach game number 5, I think they're in a lot of trouble over here. Now that we refreshed our memory for these maps, I think we're just about ready to see more of that A-game gameplay that we love to see over here. Hopefully some surprising compositions come into play for a good twist for our audience. So with that, I will be passing you guys over to our dynamic duo, our casters. Take it away.
Some nasty jokes there from the panel side, man. I have to say that the parade is looking set here for Team Secrets. Thing is, Oasis Gaming, only one who could play the spoiler there, look to rebook that. But truly, it's quite a road to tackle. It's not just 1, not just 2, but 3 maps in a row they need to make that happen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to VCTPH. My name is Dax here with Black and Blue, and this is Do or Die for Oasis Gaming. We are going to go into the 3rd map with Team Secret up by 2-0. The games have been contended. The games have been close, especially that Icebox map. But Team Secret has been able to find the distance ahead and have been able to get the accomplishments and the victories under their belts. This time, though, the accomplishments of these 2 teams will not be denied, as Breeze has to be, both for Oasis Gaming and Team Secret, their most improved map. Some negative records from the last year, now coming into this year, almost as perfect as can be. Team Secret not dropping a single map whatsoever this year, this stage. Meantime, for Oasis Gaming, only losing once on Breeze against Alpha Esports Pro. So this can be as best it can be, and truly here, Black and Blue, this is the perfect place to show how much these 2 teams have improved coming in stage number 2.
Oasis, man, the colors being completely flown up high. All of they've achieved here, but elimination, rather not elimination, but I guess redemption more than anything is what they're seeking for here. They've been to APAC once in the past, but a redemption that they're looking for is going to have to come in every single round, not just for the series, but redeeming what they have lost during map number 1 and 2. Map number 1 could have been theirs. Map number 2 seeped away as well. But this one, Team Secret Breeze, a map that they have yet to falter in this entire stage. They played it 5 times, and in those 5 times, they didn't lose a single one of it. Resnaus, Action, Bren, North-South build really did not falter, and so Breeze, this is not going to be easy, not going to be quick nor clean for either side. A map that we've also seen Oasis be pretty proficient at, one of the best maps of theirs statistically. But here we go, Dex, opening things up. Potentially final map of the series. Map number 3 here. Breeze for Oasis and Team Secret. As Team Secret start on the attacking side. Bravo to be taken here. On the back of the side, Coco's going to be waiting. Realizes the heat that's going to be pounding upon him. And courtesy letting shock darts loose.
You see this Oasis composition. This is fight forever, and Oasis looking to brawl with the best of them. Coco, though, with the first kill off Dubstep. Wits right now, getting courtesy in response. 4v4, and Bravo here for Team Secret as they get to their round of applause with those kills. Envy, though, making the headhunter count over to Jeremy. 2v3 scenario now, and Team Secrets, they have set up their stations, especially into the corners here by the castle walls. Envy creeping on closer and closer. Wit's gonna get that takedown. Marky, though, ready to go for the rampage, and the Reina is here to try and impress the opposition. Can he actually go for more, though? Jesse Vash on one side. Wit's looking to reinforce. Broken wall, though, will break the face of Marky, and Jesse Vash is there for the takedown. Team Secrets, for the first round here, you see it though already. We have the substitution for Team Secret. The Spencer's out, Jeremy's in to play that chamber. But I want to talk about this Oasis composition, Black and Blue. This is because this is completely new, and this is completely all in from Oasis. You have Marky on the Reina. You have Wild Oreo going back to the neutral to play the Jet. You have Envy on the Chamber. This is as aggressive and as frag-tastic as Oasis wants to be coming into this game.
Yeah, just to reiterate, you know, the composition that they typically do throughout is having Envy on the KO. The Jesse Bash, he gets a pick here. Double picks going his way. Quick and clean up here. The detail is in the mold. And
That's great. You can talk about comp again. So
yes.
yeah, you make a good point, right? So KO's not here right now,
Uh-huh.
and I'm looking at immediate aggression from Oasis, whether they're attacking or defending.
And Wild Oreo typically being on that chamber instead of Envy, which we see right now, but this time Wild Oreo on a Jet, Marky on that Reyna, Courtesy on a Solo, which we typically do see. He's really the only player who's sticking onto his role aside from Coco here, that we do see. But
I think it's because Kurt now is like, oh no, no,
No!
From the time, Jesse
No!
Bash, mace to the face. Oh no, He makes it even worse with the snake fight, and the chase is on. Instead of a broom, it's a mace going after you.
he runs him
Says it
down.
all, man.
Ang cute
Oh,
ni
the cross through there real
Coco!
quick.
Ang cute ni Coco!
Man, Jesse Vash, normal hitting Coco at the end of things.
Gusto ko
Some
makita
left
yung
click and-
ano. Gusto
I
ko
was gonna
makita
quell
yung-
him with a blade, or in that case a mace. You know, I only realize now why that's the melee weapon Jesse Bash has. He has been waiting for this moment to come after years and years, and you can see it there. All
You.
smiles. Add 1 to the creep score. Add
Yep.
1. Yeah.
#1 fan there behind him
Ang
as
cute
well.
din ni
How can you
Coco,
not
kasi
play
kaya-
out of your
kasi
mind when
inalis
you have
niya
that
na
kind of
yung
support that they do
bala
have? Look at this
niya eh.
aggression coming from Dubstep. They're saying, Oasis, you want to go for a brawl, you want to go for a fight, you want to pit that Reyna.
Nag-crouch,
Well, Dubstep
crouch
has
na
got
lang
something to
siya.
say about it, but so does Coco. Shutting down Team Secret on the tunnel push. 3v2. Still, a chance here
Wow,
for Team Secret. Jesse Vash finds Courtesy idly by.
I
but
wanna try that.
almost gets punished, fortunately, for Courtesy. Spectre doesn't ring true here. Jesse
Tagasan ba lahat
Vash.
ng
Okay,
sub-
slowing
sub-
down. Envy.
subs
Does he
ko?
find information? Did they
Paano
just
ko kaya
bypass him? Did that
ibabanding
pillar
yung
really
kakagaling?
give him cover?
Lalayo na.
Oh, we'll see right now. Team Secret cover each other as of now. Still, Oasis Gaming. Look at the tackle, perhaps. The rotation here into play, and oh, but that's a good find from Jesse Bash, but the Spectre from so far away, not gonna be as effective as can be. Here we go, though. Wild Oreo into the back line. Oasis Gaming still looking for the brawl, but Jesse Bash this time. The Sheriff will sound through. This Team Secret getting the plant on, but watch your back, Jesse Bash, because Envy is coming after you from the caves. The spelunking adventure of the chamber will just turn into a treasure of gold, and that is just burning golden and burning bright for Envy. Stellar shot onto Wits, and Oasis Gaming able to get that third round turnaround. A bit costly for them, so Team Secret will take what they get in this bonus.
Way too easy there for Envy. Vandal giving them that range advantage. The range of engagement that he was taking, so quickly addressed and quickly destroyed. But need another round here to convert. Bonus, not bad at all for Team Secret. Feeds into Coco though, giving him lots of ultimate orb
Grabe
potential.
yung kay Coco na yun.
Moving on here early in the half.
Spectre?
But not a bad decision here for Team Secret to go towards that B site, knowing the ranges that they're going to be fighting in. Rifles now abound. Envy. Look, Headhunter is all he's got. If he gets a single orb here, a single kill, then he could have his tour de force. But with Marky really picking this Reyna Dax, this goes to show that I don't know if this is necessarily a...
Thank you, Secret.
Speak of the devil,
Dubstep.
shows himself. Wits quick find, while Oreo quick trade, but Envy
Love
still
you
gets a
to
pick
love you
with
to,
that
panalo niyo na,
Headhunter.
idol.
So potent. Well, Dubstep, quick trade though, but as I was about to say, with him picking that Reyna, this is basically a... Coach, trust me, coach.
Trust me. Trust me, Wacky. We got this.
Yeah,
It's trust me analyst for
Screenshot
Oasis,
ko
not
nga
trust me
kayo.
coach.
true,
Because
well,
their coach left them.
Yeah, they
For
bailed.
the panel.
He bailed,
They
yeah.
bailed. Like last minute, just like.
But when he
Oh,
did, they did better. So he's probably the problem.
That is toxic there, my friend, and I love it.
The
Bully
approval.
Fluffy segment. It's like there's always a bully Yasui segment. There's a bully Fluffy segment, but hey, he has been doing wonders on the desk. But right now, desk job forced out to Wits and Jeremy because they are just turned into pace by Envy there. 3 already for the incredible Envy. Dubstep though fighting on back 1v2 situation, dashing on forward just to die, and Coco is there for the deny. So 2-2, and Oasis Gaming. I'm just looking for the brawls here. I'm looking for these guys to step on up. We remember many a clip for Oasis Gaming on a map like this from the likes of Marky, from the likes of Envy, and now they just want to pop off till the sun stops shining. So this is what this is all about, the brawl. Marky though, I'm not too sure about that jump.
Yeah.
At least with the refrag potential, Oasis Gaming ready to capitalize on many situations.
Bit overzealous there. Truly embodying one classic Reyna. But in the end. Oasis secure that round. Very nice round for them to take. But Team Secret still have guns to utilize. No operator out, but they do have a tour de force if in case they need it. I don't think so, though, because Envy has got a rifle to utilize here. B take, looking to be what Secret are going to spring off of. Used to just catapult into the site, but information has been gathered. They have to go on this snakebite to keep him at bay, though. Isolating now Dubstep from the rest of his team. He's going to have to go in big here, at least stall and stay alive. They will be able to get the plant off for the meantime, but Oasis, they're already geared to try and stop this from happening. Courtesy, great find on him. Wits quick trade as well on the back of the site. Touring towards that Zombs. Well, Jesse Vash is going to be coming in big. He finds a third. So potent and so reliable in this situation. Zax, 1v3 from Marky. I don't know about this.
He needs to isolate. He needs to go for the kills. And, well, it's all about those angles here from Marky yet again. Get the rulers and protractors. It's simple geometry here from Marky. He wants to find the duel to give him that first soul. He can't even go for the Empress if ever. But time is ticking and oh no, not again. Not again! Jesse Vash! How could you do this to the next generation of players? Just setting back the PH scene, knife after knife, the backstab to the spine, and Team Secrets with another win.
Oh my goodness. Jesse Vash whipping them from the rear, hitting them with a mace. A slipper at this point, telling them, stop playing. Quit reaching, kid. You're gonna get caught. What read from Jesse Vash?
Mate, it's called it's supposed to be backtrack, not backstab. How could you be like this?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, indeed. And, well,
I'm getting secondhand embarrassment here, Dax.
You know, you just gotta go with the blows in. Well, for Wild Oreo, he could not handle the flurry of Dubstep whatsoever. The no Kung Fu, apparently Dubstep knowing how to move. And, well, this Oasis now backing on away. Looking to play the angles instead. But this is actually perfect for Team Secret. If they can stop the Oasis aggression, just turn those fangs into, well, flat feet here. The Oasis not gonna be as potent with the compositions they have. Marky now, bit of ambition to go on forward. He wants to avenge himself after getting knifed in that last round. There's Yuri also the call, but keep an eye out because Coco is watching there in the rear. Now then, the backstab is clear and the classic shots connecting on the wits. But Jesse Bash a little too far off for that effective range, and Envy now tour de force. Oasis Gaming actually picking apart the opposition one by one, and Team Secret forced into a scramble. Dubstep now versus the world. 3 blades left in hand. Also still gonna have the gun, but Marky guns him down his prime. And Oasis Gaming, they will contend to the bitter end. 3-3. And despite the scoreline of a 2-0, man, Oasis Gaming will always keep it close versus Team Secret.
Never gonna go down in a whimper. Always putting up a valiant fight. That's what we expect from Team Secret, rather from Oasis. Since day one, they'll always try and get the job done, no matter the odds. Red Dead Redemption at their hands here, potentially, for map 3, to get that from map 2 and 1. And we do know that, you know, statistically, the earlier maps favoring Oasis, the latter maps favoring Secret. No matter what the odds say, though, Oasis will fight. The timeout here by Team Secret, I think, isn't uncalled for, considering how Oasis have been able to rally back on the defense of all things here in Breeze.
Yeah. That was a very awkward round for Team Secret. They should have had the handle onto the back line, but they didn't. They should have had a handle into the corners, but they also just got suddenly surprised by Marky pushing on forward. And at the very end of that, Dubstep there all alone, basically on an island. Yes, we live in the archipelago, but that's not exactly what you want to be stranded with a Blade Storm and you being all alone. So Team Secret, they need to tighten up their act against Oasis Gaming. Because if they end up in these either awkward scenarios or forced into a duels, you know that Team Secret can be potent, but Oasis Gaming will thrive in that kind of sphere. So keep an eye out if Marky can still keep on popping off, Envy doing the same, Wild Oreo waiting for that wake-up call. You gotta watch this as now the Blade Storm is out, Marky already on 1-on-2, and Oasis Gaming taking the fight to Team Secret yet again. Put your markers on, because it's Marky getting the bells. Jesse Basto ready for the backstab on the one, but Marky will get the quad anyway. And he just bulldozes his way to Team Secret's side. 4-3, and Oasis Gaming on it like a bullet.
Farms him for a bit of economy, that Empress. Not that he needed to, but hey. Well, It's a good feels-good moment. You already had the Empress to begin with, so doesn't really matter. But in the end, it feels good, and especially when you're playing on Arena, you need those rounds to try and get hot, to try and feel that confidence flowing through your veins. And Marky, we know that he's one of those players that when he's feeling confident, he is absolutely just a terrible menace to try and deal with for any team that goes up against him. And Team Secret, they have to be wary of that pick here from Envy. Perfectly placed and perfectly timed as well. It's a huge opening pick that they needed, and now this mid-control of theirs, without Wits being on the table, going to be a lot more difficult. No more flashes to utilize, but Jeremy counters snipe here on the Envy.
Always trying to fan the flames right now. 4v4 scenario as Armageddon looking to be unleashed here as soon as possible. Now then, Jeremy again with the shot. The young gun of Team Secret, the next generation in the roster. At least making the impact now into the round, but we get it here from Marky 2. Empress online.
Awkward.
Color gonna be a bit dim, but yet again, you can see how awkward these rounds have become. And where is the spike? All the way in the middle. Who's the one watching it? It's Marky. And this is the problem for Team Secret, since Oasis Gaming will look for these brawls as much as possible. The battleground will look like this after everything is said and done, and they're gonna need to win the fights. But Dubstep, he will fight, he will win, and he wants to confess his love sooner rather than later. So we'll see if he can actually get the MVP performance here for Team Secret now. 2v1 courtesy all alone, but that is just no common courtesy whatsoever by Borkum. Surprising the silver from the side. Tut-tut. It's Team Secret now tying it up.
Nothing lost, nothing gained there, Dubby. No matter the outcome of this series. But, yeah, he gains everything in return here on that flank. And as I said, awkward. Everybody's spread out. Spike drop towards that mid position, towards that mid tower, but still not too big of a problem for Team Secret to scrap back there. Operator, though, we've seen it be a different change-up that the Oasis are utilizing to, if not win the round, at least make it closer. Envy finding that opening pick. That's going to put Team Secret on mark, on check. Be careful and be wary of what could come. Seeker's out. The Cabbages looking to see where they can plant themselves. Looking for where they can really plant that seed of disposition here. Dubstep crawling up close. They know they have Coco possibly trapped in a corner, and he gets found quick and easy. Borkum holding off the nest. Nobody's going to chirp from there for long. Wild Oreo peeking out the door, which closes it on him.
That was so well played by Team Secret. I honestly thought that why isn't Courtesy peeking? But when we saw the snake bite was unleashed, it was just a stall for Team Secret to navigate through the other side. Walking on a tightrope right now, Team Secret with the perfect balance. 4v2 scenario though. Marky is missing on the way, but the Wiz is right behind him. And that will be the takedown onto the Reyna there. Envy now all alone. 1v3 slate. We've seen him go for the ace clutches before. We know that he can do it on the map like Freeze. But Team Secret, a different kind of beast waiting to be slain. Can this be Envy, the big game hunter of this situation? No! Okay, Jesse Bash didn't knife him this time, sure. But that's still Team Secret. Right corner, right time, and the right play all throughout the round.
I would have liked to see it.
I would have wanted a third melee kill, honestly.
Yeah, a third knife would be good.
At this point, I'm expecting a third melee kill. Considering the fact that he's gotten 2 on the attacking side, the defense can be very good.
Ang layo niya siguro. Feel ko malayo.
This is the problem here from Oasis. Although they are on the defensive side, they're doing pretty good. Their composition should bode better potentially on that attack of theirs. Here in the defense are really going to have to go out and make a play and expose themselves if they want to get value out of the composition they get. Because simply put, as a Reyna, if you don't get a kill, you're practically useless, barring that Leer.
Harsh but true. That's really just it. Feast or famine. That's why one of the skills is called Devour, basically. You need to feast on the souls and get that momentum. Coco, though, stopping the momentum Dubstep after the quick little step on up. Peek into the takedown. A good way for Oasis to set the tempo now of the round. But really, the prime target has to be that spike. But Borkum, prime in form, and the Envy going down basically into those taps there. Just a stellar shot from Borkum. Precision really being the name of the game here on Breeze now between these two squads. And I like the fact that Team Secret has adjusted immediately to Oasis and their playstyle. They know that Oasis will have no fears whatsoever now coming into this game. Nothing to lose, all to gain. And Courtesy looking to be the next one stepping up to the plate. But this game of baseball will be taking a breather. We go to the extra innings. We go now towards that A site instead.
Now, I realize that what I was saying right prior to this was,
Yes.
on the defense, you have to go aggressive, right? But not when you're in a 5v4. You have the man advantage, let them play into your hand, and just shut them down on their eventual, late round execute that they will pull off. Oasis not playing their cards right, even though they got the upper hand at the start of it.
They
let it slip away because of the viciousness of this, lack of discipline. Something we don't normally see to be a big problem for Oasis, but up against Team Secret, those minimal mistakes are completely under the microscope and magnified here. As Team Secret take a round, forcing Oasis to go down for the 6, saving the operator for a better day.
Yeah, it's just you show a picture, and it's apparently bacteria, not milk tea. That's one of the weirdest things with microscopes there. You know, I've actually burned a hole in the table thanks to magnification back in high school.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I'm sorry to my high school, but I think I'll be more sorry to Maldori because Borkum's coming and yeah, he's dead. So yeah, this is now Courtesy being hunted. He does fight back at least. Team Secret should get this round. The backstab and come on, Bash. Bash? Come on, walk forward. Oh no.
Hindi enough, no time.
Third melee kill. Where? But yeah, so long story short, I came from a science high school, and since we had to deal with science stuff all the time, and like with acid and stuff, I have once burnt a cylindrical hole through a table from like top to bottom. And it's one of those really thick tables, basically. So please don't sue me, high school. That wasn't my fault.
It was you!
This was not evidence! This broadcast is not evidence! I object. Objection, hearsay.
It was you, Barry, all along.
That's saying Johnny Depp Amber.
It was me, Waldorio! And well, Team Secret, it was them winning that last round. A lot of path to just the executions, but seems like for Team Secret, especially when they have that man advantage, right? It just all sputters down for Oasis Gaming that they can't really get the ball rolling the way that they would usually like, since this is such an aggressive composition that feeds on getting those kills.
You say, devour or decimation? Marky on the swing. No way that Wild Oreo's not going to get that kill on a dubstep, but he finds still 2. Wild Oreo, quick trade off here immediately. Still, an advantage in the side of Oasis. Can dip it out of the fight because the tailwood now has been burned. See that, trying to force a reaction, but Envy reacts, and that he does so confidently. Now though, his position been given away. They know he's here towards the brick, so Shotgun's going to propose a big problem. He's going to get found after the fact. A martyr, Courtesy goes down. 5-6, Oasis on pace to tie this up at the half.
That's a different way to ask, shall I have this dance? And a dance of death there. Both of them do fall in the end, partners till the end of the round. But Oasis Gaming, they get back into the thick of things, and it just really starts with a scramble like this. When Marky Wild Order can stay on alive and get at least one of these kills, if it does become a trade system rather than a heist by Team Secret, that's when Oasis Gaming will contend, because this is what really Oasis Gaming needs to do. Population control. They need to keep those numbers in check. They need to at least keep parity at a minimum. And that's the only real way this defense can work. And technically for the past 5 rounds has been working so far. Bladestorm though out and bouts. Look at Team Secret, almost all ready with the ultimates at the last round of the first half. But as Marky takes quite a stroll towards the beach, Jeremy is the one who steals his catch instead. 5v4 for now. Oasis trying to play the stall here at a disadvantage, but Obsepto wanting to go on in, already expanding the tailwind here. The 5% into play, Courtesy will get one, but Jesse Bash gonna get on board versus Coco. 4v3, Judge in hand for Wild Oreo. In a sea of green right now. Not the best ocean to wade in. Courtesy wants to take a dip, wants to go for the dart. There's the scan. Wild Oreo with a takedown, and here comes Oreo with the blades. But that cookie will crumble thanks to Jesse Bash crushing it in his hands. Borkum now on the board. Only one left, gonna be Envy here for the side of Oasis Gaming. And into the corner, it's a pocket he wants to shoot out of. 1v2 though. Secret
desperation.
This so afloat, desperation, playing the guessing game. But you're walking into Borkum Slayer. This is his time. This is him now. And while you twist and turn, it's Borkum who stands tall to give the round to Team Secret. 7-5. And what a first half we had. The scraps that define the PH scene.
Wild shots there coming in from Envy. Can it hit the broadside of a barn? What a play here coming from Team Secret. That post plant, not impeccable. And with Envy doing so much, the pressure getting to him. You can see him just Ballerina conceding that round at the end of things. He knows that he's done for. He knows the time is too much, and so is a perfect positioning of that post plant from Team Secret. Potentially final half of this series, final half of the VCTPH year 2 coming here, Dax, and there's a lot on stake. Championship runs, redemptions, and new beginnings for either side, but also, as based on Twitter, for these pro players, a lot of love lives at stake here too.
So many things on the line right now, but truly, the line. Oh, what's this?
Skipping skins, not shells.
Skipping.
Stone.
It's like you throw the rock right onto the water and it bounces. But unfortunately, the classic just goes that far. What's the plan, Oasis? These guys, they're having a whale of a time. They're having fun.
If you had the Neptune skin,
does it float?
Does it float?
Do classic guns float or sink? I think that's the question to ask.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Do you want to try one day?
Yes.
We can probably get those pellet ones and just
They're throwing, yes.
watch them
they're
sink
throwing.
immediately. Float? I don't know. If they're made out of plastic, maybe they're float. I don't really know how things work.
Then if
so.
it floods, well, who knows?
Whoa. And there you go. Somewhere along the sea, those guns will be waiting for me. So maybe it's like buried treasure. Oasis Gaming, they're gonna throw their guns there, and then in the next game, next time they go on Breeze, it just washes back ashore and be like, hey, it's the guns we left behind.
I mean,
have you ever thrown a message in a bottle? Have you ever done that?
No.
No.
Oh, I haven't.
No.
I
I
have
have
a castaway.
Island Lost at Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An island in the
Another
sun.
lonely day.
Nope. Not today.
Oh, okay. Happy days. And well, yesterday, a little bit
Not
sad
pretty.
for some of our teams, but today is the day we crown the champion. And now we're gonna be getting back into it. Oasis Gaming, we know how stellar the executes can be. We know how potent their offensive can be in the first place. And really, it's not just win, it has to be will, and the will to win from Wild Oreo to Glock 2. But Team Secret will fight back and bite back with Jeremy on the board, which right now into the corner. And Team Secret trying to win another pistol round here on Breeze. It's 2v2 though. Jeremy trying to reinforce from the arches, but Borkum with a silence pistol right now with the ghost. It's Marky getting turned into Spectre there basically. Borkum yet again, his time is up, his time is now. And it's Team Secret with a second pistol in this map. What is going on? It's TS with another win.
Not the cleanest job there by Borkum, but it doesn't matter. Effectivity more important than, I guess, just the cleanliness of it all. But Team Secret, you're right, Dax. That is 2 for 2 now here on their pistol round. So both of these teams equalize in how many pistols, basically. I think that they've taken... No. 4-2 still. Scoreline is still 4-2 on the pistol round. So
Is it 3-3?
is it 3-3?
Because they stole one,
second-
and then
Yes,
they
you're
stole
right.
one, and then all these sent pistols went to
3-3.
Oasis. Now all the Breeze pistols have gone Team Secrets. So surprise! What a stat we like to track, but track that HP, track that HP. Because one's down, where's the second? We're looking for the second. Jeremy's gonna get on the board. He's the one who gets two instead. But really, Team Secrets, they just set up that maze, they set up that trap, and Oasis happy to just inhale those fumes. And they will die choking with their lungs filled with the green air. Jesse Basto looking for the shot. Marky though gonna get tagged, but he can heal on up. A chance still here for Oasis. Jeremy going for the mow down, and there you go, bring in the lawnmower because these weeds are absolutely cut. Coco now the only one left, 1v3. And that was just quick work by Team Secrets.
It's going to be very difficult for him to challenge this angle. But at the very least, he's able to crawl up a bit, cutting that range just by a few meters.
Wow, 3-0?
Make sure this round is secured. Dicey for a moment there, but the halls held by Team Secret. No passes given for Oasis' sprint. Now this is a round they absolutely have to convert. Oasis, they give up this round, which could not be too likely, considering Team Secret don't have the best buy. They can really kind of rally back, but otherwise, difficult scenario Oasis are put in.
Yeah, a little bit of an earthquake there on Breeze too, but Team Secret now, they will decide to go for the operator. This is getting pretty crucial though for Oasis Gaming. Might I dare say, a bit of a do or die round here. Once they get the buys, they need to get the right execution. You still have to be careful though, because Dubstep can just be the linchpin of Team Secret success. Misses the first shot, and no warnings necessary. Wild Oreo will step in and clock the head of Dubstep there very early on. So very decisive kill by Oasis Gaming, and one absolutely crucial for the round. Second one in Envy's there too, and Oasis Gaming, they haven't even done the execute as of yet. They're just winning the duels, winning the firefights, and it's gonna be Jesse Bash here on the other side. The leer though doesn't matter for Bash. He still finds the mark on Marky. Courtesy making the trade work for Oasis. A much needed round, a bit of a rest from all of the action. And this time with Borkham all alone, it's Oasis Gaming trying to at least to make it quite a nice scoreline and a nice try for this third round.
Creative wall placed here by Oasis though. Look at that wall. From mid pillar all the way to the A side. He's gonna get another revenge, but no! Borkham, he's like, the hair on the back of my neck stands up.
At the back of his head, man!
Spidey sense for Borkham, but that's not gonna keep him safe from this one. 6-9, nice, but Skoko gets around.
Kinilabutan si
Shades of
Borkham. Sabi
That's
niya,
not
envy
fair!
there.
No, that's not fair.
Pangit
Why
tayo
does Jesse Bash get away with it, but not Oasis Gaming? I demand a redo. That is just heartbreaking for Envy.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Oasis did win the round, so you know, in all seriousness, that was really good for them. Not too bad of a bonus.
OMG, ayan na!
Timing.
Just- it should have only been one gun drop.
Nice try.
Because that became two,
NT
so
po,
a little bit sad, even more so for the
NT.
Oasis side. Not really too many rounds to give here, and especially not too many maps to have that kind of ball of a time. But
Nawalan
Wild
pa siya ng
Oreo and
bundle
Yinbi,
dun.
they're not done.
NTP.
They're hitting the entries here, Black and Blue. Absolutely potent from the Oasis duo here. Jesse Bash from the top, Jeremy can be beside the container, but look at Oasis. They have no fear. They're on an expedition to prove that the world is round already. They're rounding up the kills. Jeremy and Jesse Bash to get on board. Borkham right now coming in from the double doors. Snake fight though will get the connection. And when you're vulnerable, you're easy to take down. Wild Oreo is able to take the opportunity and advantage for Oasis to get another round.
And one of the best things about Oasis here on Breeze is just how creative they are. Not maybe necessarily creative, but how wide their book is in terms of how they utilize that Viper wall. We saw on the round right prior on round 15 that they had that mid wall cross all the way towards yellow on A side, but now this time going for a wider wall, still towards yellow, and pushing that far deep on the container, not laying themselves, just being encapsulated within a small space the Team Secret want to give up. A flash for information taken, but also given here by Oasis now. Waiting inside the smoke, doesn't matter which. Isn't able to get that kill here with a frenzy up close. Marky pushing the envelope, but the lever he's gonna find is gonna be Jesse Bash riding him goodbye home as Marky. Easy kill, easy round here for Team Secret to take.
Borkham though winning out with the pistol. But beyond that, this is now where we had those concerns for Team Secret a while ago. On Ascent, click on up. Jeremy, second chance, sure gets it. But Oasis is actually taking Team Secret for a ride yet again, and Team Secret wants to get off this wild ride. This is not one of the amusement park expeditions that they want to do. Marky getting a third. Now Jeremy stuck here, completely all alone in a tunnel. A sad, sad sign for this young lad. The Tour de Force can't even find the targets, and Oasis Gaming will get the round. But truly, my point here is this. Team Secret needs to stop playing the way Oasis Gaming wants them to play. They're getting overrun. They're getting caught out again and again. And really for Team Secrets, they need to have that same recovery we saw on Ascent. It's either you stop Oasis and their parts early on, or in this case, you have those flashes. You have ways to manipulate the battlefield a little bit more than Oasis Gaming does. So we can see perhaps what Team Secret can do for a more standard retake rather than brawling too early on.
Now, seeding really is what they're fighting for here, Dax. You talked about it. And that's what Team Secret are at the cusp of winning in a few rounds. Operator out for dubstep. Very fast execute out here coming from Wild Oreo. Which is going to have a lot to do. He's going to be found quick and easy, cleanly taking off his head. Off with it, Wild Oreo says. Dubstep pushing himself here towards the elbow. Does find the trip, but it's bigger information gathered by Oasis to know that the operator is online now for Team Secret. Retake going to be much more difficult now that they don't have as much initiating power. Not a single flash for them to work with. And with Dubstep and Jeremy both not landing their respective shots with the double operator to be more difficult, but that kind of equalizes things though. In beyond the peak, and finds the second! Courtesy! Finding the third there in that spout.
That was amazing from
Jesse
Envy.
Vash, very stout here, still gets taken down as Oasis confirming the round and the lead cut to equilibrium.
What a statement by Envy. Are you in or out? Envy's in, and he snaps out as quickly as possible. They were all lined up for him, and he didn't overstay his welcome. He knew what he could have gotten away with. He knew that this was his chance to surprise the opposition, and that's unfortunate. It seems like Team Secret was looking for the shot, just whiffs it there. And Envy, just quite a steal. Stealing our hearts, stealing the lives of Team Secrets, and stealing another round now as Oasis able to tie things up. But we've seen this story before, and Team Secrets on Ascent able to keep that lead away from Oasis Gaming. This time, is it going to be the same case? Well, the odds are stacked against them, and in these games, seems like the Team Secret, they're going to need to play quite thrifty state, if ever. They have the Hunter's Fury, they have the Seekers. Really, the only one with a proper gun here has to be perhaps Borkum with the Spectre right now. Jesse Bash, we want to count it, the Marshal in hand, but Oasis, they know they just have to be a bit more careful. Figure out who's here on site. Aldrin gonna be into play. The Fury though is gonna be the go signal here, despite that it's coming from Team Secret. And Bash will catch out courtesy in response with Oasis. They took that green light and they brought the spike with them. B-side now there's Jesse Bash trying to contest Coco with a find out the Borkum 2. 4v2 scenario. Marky now looking to contest the Nez. And here's Marky. And here's Wild Oreo. The double duelist getting the duels there at the end. And Oasis Gaming now take the lead away from Team Secret.
Lead now here finally overthrown. Oasis looking for, I mean, it's not even a desert, but they still find the small beaches of hope here on Breeze. Marky, quick cleanup job, so is Wild Oreo and Jesse Vash. I get the reason for the Hunter's Fury, could have gotten better, but maybe hindsight, looking at it, looking at the crystal ball, not the best idea. Could have utilized it for a gun round here. But now timeout called by Team Secret, and the hallmark of a great team is one that can come back right after their timeout is called. And that's what Team Secret are also quite proficient at doing. But the double operator that they kind of gambled with, well, that gambit didn't really work out for them the last time around, and I don't think they're going to try and reiterate that same idea. But what can they bring to the table here, Dax? They have that Seeker, so they can go for a bit of a lurk, find some information, and capitalize off of it. We've seen them go aggressive. We've seen them go a bit more passive. Maybe a better middle ground is what can help them on this defense.
It has to be that balanced, and they're not striking it right now here for Team Secret. Oasis Gaming, they're just on a run, on a rampage, and exactly what this feast or famine composition needs in front of him. A buffet of targets. Team Secrets, one by one, just dying to their hand. And Marky, he has really awakened here. Marky Enlightened, Marky Unleashed, Marky Involved, whatever kind of term you want to deem it. But with 21 kills, he's leading the charge. He had the game of his life, basically, against RRQ yesterday in that battle in the lower bracket finals. This time, can he bring that same kind of luster over here in the grand finals? Hunter's Fury, though, the call. Borkum into the corner, and this is going to be dangerous for Marky. He's creeping on closer and closer, but Marky gets a drop of the Jesse Bash, actually. Now turning on around, Borkum getting that takedown. Coco Wild Oreo on the board, but Jeremy from above, covering fire with the operator. 3v2 after everything's said and done. Wild Oreo gonna go for the jump, but he will fall immediately as he crashes one closer and closer to the sun. Coco with a catch, though, on dubstep. 2v1. Jeremy, though, 14 HP left. A single bullet, a stray shot will take his life. In Oasis Gaming, they should know this. They know that they can push this to the limit. This is an operator in hand. They need to be faster on the execute, and a double peek from top to bottom. It's Oasis Gaming looking for the stacks and looking for the rounds.
High-low, and to that clutch, Oasis says, no, not for you, Jeremy, not this time around. Unable to fully utilize that operator in the early round, and on the retake, you're pretty much playing against time, ever more so with an operator for those retake situations. Team Secret at the cusp of giving away match point without much economy to contest with. Blades here for dubstep. Guardian in the hands of Jesse Vash, but not much else. That Judge could be very, very difficult to utilize here. They have to find specific moments and specific positions to really make that its full value. Will he even be able to get this here? No, Borkum goes down Marky, feeding off of him. And Jesse Bash is able to get a kill. Could find a second. Yes, he does. Equalizes things up, but not for too long as Curtis. He does get the kill of his own. It's all going to be on Wits and Dubstep. Does have utility to use here. Courtesy, though, shuts him down without a chance. And Marky secures match point here for Oasis. They're really close to bringing us into a fourth map.
Oasis Gaming, where have you been all this day? Close but not quite for the first two maps. Here, they're one away from surviving the onslaught of Team Secrets. Fortunately, not the fourth map ever in this best of 5, but the problem is we've seen Oasis Gaming struggle in this situation before, despite that they're on a rampage, despite that they're on a roll, despite that they're winning all these rounds. We look at that Icebox map, and we know the job isn't done yet. Can Oasis Gaming bury the hatchet and bury Team Secrets under the piles and piles of bodies that they've been looking to count here on Breeze? Life is a beach, but it seems like Oasis is just racing already. At the seams, it adds the fight. Marky gonna be able to get the takedown. 5v3 scenario. The Viper Spit is being set on up, and Oasis is just looking to enjoy their time here under the sun. We're not done here, ladies and gentlemen. 4v2 scenario. Borkum and Jeremy. Someone needs to survive here for Team Secret, but they're crawling into the Oasis lair, and they come out unscathed. Jeremy and Borkum still ready to fight. 2v2 scenario, and Team Secret, can they do it yet again? Stop the hopes of Oasis Gaming at the last straw. Invi though, all alone. Been able to do it before. Can he do it again? He knows where the spike is. Jeremy right there on the right hand side. Rifle out and about Borkum with a spray, and Jeremy there for the protector in the first place. Team Secret. What is up with this? You see Oasis get on match point. That's when Team Secret wakes up into the map itself.
Oh no, Team Secret slowly crawling back, but fortunately for Oasis, their dominant opening, rather not opening, but really closing half here, has gained them enough economy to continue to force buy in the final rounds of regulation. So there isn't much for really giving up, but it's a cushion that they do not want to be flattened here. Good hesitation there by Jeremy.
I don't know.
Discipline, just not to overpeak. Let Borkum pop his ult, and then try and make a move once contact and information has successfully been gained.
He would have
play off of it. A courtesy. Looking for that same type of info. Look at the short wall being placed here. They have to know that Borkum could be in this spot, so I'm not going to be surprised if they try and spam this corner. But Wild Warrior finds a pick, he'll be able to get the trade immediately, but Jesse Bash is good for 2. He's able to hold back the line, keeping them safe and true. Has on to Fury to utilize. Does spot Wild Warrior out. Too much heat on him, but Dubstep's already on the flank. Nobody really watching him. And that has to be an avenue they're going to be careful of. Wild Warrior quick on the peek on towards Gallo as Wits gets that kill. He's got a flash to throw out, but the counter Hunter's Fury as well. Gunning for Courtesy. He gets a kill on the Witch. Could find another one, but Dubstep on that flank does get that kill as well. It's all on the Envy. 1v2 once more. He finds Jesse Bash, and he knows where that is. And the clutch coming in from Envy. ROC clutch in his hands. And Oasis bring us to map number 4.
That bullet had Dubstep's name on it, and from afar, Oasis will stay alive. The run through the offense is all what Oasis needed. Those who believe in day one, they know that they still can go for more. Here the PH scene, you don't usually end in 3-0s. It doesn't happen. And for Oasis Gaming, they just put all their chips on the line here. They put their lives on the line with such an aggressive, ambitious composition. And they're a little bit stunned that they're like, wait, we won? That's
they were all the embodiments of the O emoji face, right? You can see from them, they're like, especially Courtesy there in the end, and even their analysts were like, what on earth did we just see? But with the Headhunter, Envy delivers true to its name and finds ahead of Dubstep to secure map number 3, keeping them alive in this championship hunt that they are on. Still not done.
So, this is Oasis Gaming. That's just it. This is Oasis Gaming. This is how they play this game. This is just how stellar they can really be. Some of the hottest hands in the PH scene. In case it points, you go for that Jet Reyna that you need to get those takedowns. You add a chamber to the mix. You put it on your best players in terms of frag potential. And overall, Oasis just not disappointing whatsoever. This time, the tide from Oasis sweeping Team Secret along. That's the biggest problem. We saw shades of it on the set. Team Secret, they had their life preservers and they were willing to deal with that water landing. But look at Oasis in that graph. Just over and over and over again. Reaching for the sky, reaching for the money, and reaching for the rounds. I believe that was, what, 7 rounds in a row from Oasis Gaming that allowed them to put themselves in that match point scenario, that allowed them to get the lead in the first place. And the tipping point truly was when they got the lead there, because they knew that was really the boundary that they had to break versus Team Secret. Jesse Bash, though, yet again, another map, another series to remember here into the PH scene. But really, Oasis Gaming, just the overrun was absolutely clear. Moments, yes, like from Borkum, from Jeremy, to keep Team Secret in the fight. I still can't believe that they got away with getting into Viper's Pit and still got those takedowns. But Oasis, they had that buffer this time, man. And they had the potential, and in all honesty, they executed that potential to keep going as far as they could in terms of the map itself. And this was a Jesse Bash. 2 melee kills left there on the side, happy about what they just saw, but those smiles turned into frowns as we went into the rounds. And really for Oasis, from out of nowhere, they would be happy to contend wherever Team Secret may be.
The grounds were on, turned upside down here. Jesse Bash, I was expecting a third, not gonna lie.
So
In maybe the second half to get another melee kill, but it doesn't come their way still though. They have a map above this Oasis squad, but what a way to rally back. We're expecting a 4-map series, but if they bring us to a 5th, which is statistically the least likely thing that we see, even less so than like a 3-0. Borkum, the rest here of Team Secret, lot of police to try and utilize when we go on over to that map number 4. When we go on over to Haven, it's gonna be a very curious map. We know both of you seem quite proficient at that, but this breeze was absolutely just
we have 7 maps.
Step up showing from Oasis. We saw, Marky, for him to pick on that Reyna, for him to go on that Trust Me Bro pick, make it work out, it's definitely gonna soothe confidence into
Nanalo Oasis dito, so
trust
instead
Marky,
of
trust in the process, and well, Oasis Gaming, they needed that one map, and they will be the first one here to defeat Team Secret on Breeze for the years. Like, oh, he did it. Look at that. Stand up, Indy. Stand up because you deserve it. What a performance, really, by Oasis Gaming. Now, once we have all settled down after the hype that they brought here, the job is not done. The remaining part of the map pool, we know that this can be more on the Team Secret side. Haven, of course, the next one, both Oasis Gaming and Team Secret, you said it. Proficiency, history, and just the prowess to play it out. You guys are in for treats, and we will be going for more here in this series. The Grand Finals continues after this break, and we return. It'll be map number 4. Dax here with Black and Blue. We'll see you guys in just a bit for more of DCTPH.
But I still try. Trying on me down and I still climb. I can see the promised land right over the hill line. And I broke a lot of hearts in my lifetime, thinking that their heart wasn't like mine. Finally got through a lifeline, and I stumbled upon a right mind. Showed up at the right time, put her in a white dress, get the white wine. Some people do it for the nighttime, but I'm thinking more make your life mine. Possible we could last forever and ever and ever.
Yes, out na sila. Kahit ako sa'yo, dito sila nakatawag. Bakit nakapagpas? Natanggal Brent, tapos natanggal SBE. Eh, yo! So, yung Oasis naman, pasok na rin talaga sila sa APAC. Yung Secret Oasis. And RRQ, pasok na sila sa APAC. Second, so far, third place na to, RRQ. Third place sila. And then, the battle for Grand Finals is kung sino lang yung champion sa PH and kung sino yung second place. Paano ko ito tanggalin? 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. What do you wanna do? What? zone copyright ni... Sige, Insanity ba to? Ayaw. Sige, Insanity
So it's
lang
fair to say
pinapanood
that
ko.
she has not donated $3.5 million as of today to the ACLU, true?
That's right.
When you say that Mr. Depp, our client, donated $100,000 to be credited toward Amber Heard, did the ACLU in fact credit that $100,000 toward the $3.5 million Ms. Heard promised to donate to the ACLU?
Ano pahinga sa esports. Pahinga sa esports si Insanity.
We do credit it.
Did Ms. Heard direct you to credit it to her account, as it were?
We asked Ms. Heard if we should credit it, and she said that we should.
Can you generally describe for us what you remember about the marks you saw on Mr. Depp?
Yes. What I noticed straight away was most of these marks and most of these things through my training is happening in the left-hand side of his face. And it would be scratches on his neck, maybe a fat lip in the corner, maybe a bruising on the eye socket. And it was getting more regular. As I say, not every week, but it was definitely happening, yeah. If you look at that picture, like I said, on the left-hand side under his eye, there's a swelling. And you see a swelling just on the left-hand side of his nose and under his left eye.
And what do you interpret that swelling to be?
So what do I interpret it as? That's either he's walked into a door or a door's walked into him.
Okay.
Mr. Rottenborn played a clip from an audio recording where Miss Heard told you that you vomit in your sleep a lot. Do you remember that recording?
Yes, I do.
And what's your response to that?
When someone tells you that you vomit, she didn't tell me. I heard it in court. When someone brings up the fact that you vomit in your sleep every night, and well, at first I think you'd be aware of it, and also I think the first thing that I would do is seek medical attention. Didn't exist. I'd never vomited in my sleep every night.
While it may seem basic to hear at first, the case that is going on with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp in this particular instance, the
Yan, 20.
I really let my guard down, now relaxing. Why did I open up? She taking way too much. Put in my all and got nothing back. I'm feeling so ashamed. I fell into your game. Why you gotta do me like that? Don't say you love me. Then go and leave me. You can't get ugly. Trust and believe me. Say it to myself. Looks hard to see me. Trying to fight back the
If I mute and I chat. But wala ako na watching without audio.
Okay guys, usually I'm the one who says the intro, but Black and Blue had something amazing to say during the break, so let it rip, man.
I'm confused.
What is this post? What is this post? Did he just ditch me out of nowhere? Look at that, the Black and Blue.jpg. I want that to stay there. That is the perfect post. Someone please clip it, ship it, and send it to Black and Blue so you can use it for his Twitter profile picture there in the end. But welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do the joke later because the time is up, but the time of Oasis Gaming is now. That's here with, I guess, the JPEG right beside me, and that breeze map going quite. And the Oasis
Black and
favor.
Blue.
It suddenly was them just hitting the overdrive button and breezing through the rounds over and over again on the attacking side. We always talk about Oasis Gaming being that kind of team we're in, that they're just absolutely high octane on the offense. In terms of plans and executions, on the attacking side, Oasis Gaming is above and beyond the rest of the PH scene. And honestly, you can say that they're comparable or even better at Team Secret when it comes to that specific aspect of the game. And that is why they have kept it close in map number 1, kept it close in map number 2, and the third map, we got them to finally take that map. History has proven, though, that here in the grand finals for VCTPH, we always go the 4 maps. So those tidings will be more in favor of Team Secrets. I'm gonna do you guys one better because honestly, Team Secret have been proving to be the kings of Haven. This is why this is their map pick. This is why it's here at the map pool right now. And many times, they have shown to the PH scene and the world that Haven is their absolute territory. But we will not count out Oasis Gaming as of yet. They've got to rebuild their confidence there. Marky fragging out with the Reyna. And also, Oasis Gaming has a rich history on Haven as well. You look at some of the recent matchups that they've had, and it hasn't been the best for Oasis Gaming against like the Bren Esports or the RQ roster, but when it does matter, that's when they can shine. They played it quite a lot in group stage and the playoffs. Team Secrets, pretty much the same case, but a bit more of that success, especially those dominating victories against SBE as well as, well, SB and now as Esports, but you can see it here. Team Secret getting ready right now. They know the job isn't done. They had their fun, they had the games, and they've had 3 maps. But if Team Secret wants to prove that they belong to the top of the APAC scene, then they have to win it all here and now. It's more of a statement really for Team Secrets compared to, you know, the other reps that we have here. Oasis Gaming, RRQ, already incredible that they're into the region. RRQ, many local legends finally getting the exposure into the APAC stage. And if you've been a long-time PH fans, many players there are absolutely deserving of that chance. Oasis Gaming though, second time they're going to be making it to APAC. They did it once at the end of last year. They're going to be looking to do the same thing as of yet as well. So can Oasis play the spoiler? Can Oasis break the confidence of Team Secret right now, just like that they did in that third map? Because really, they're the only ones who can put a stop to it. Storyline for Oasis Gaming, they already got their redemption, putting Southbolt Esports away in the lower bracket and eliminating them from the playoffs and from APAC contention. So technically, we're going to be getting a new champion here, but also in other technicalities, both of these two teams have been champions before. Many times for Team Secret in 2021, and for Oasis Gaming, the last champion of VCTPH when Team Secret was already eligible and into the APAC stages. A little bit of a different format then. Now we have them all qualifying at the same time, so we can crown a true victor here in this best of 5. The problem though for Oasis, the better maps really coming out at the start, especially at Icebox. The chance they're slipping on away. In all honesty, classic Oasis just losing out in the overtime on Icebox. That war of attrition, more in favor Team Secret. But we've had their fun. We've had so many of these guys to show off again their personalities. I can't believe really Jesse Vash there, just getting away with Tonda time, Tonda Gaming at its finest. He brought the shiver, in this case the mace. But we will be bringing us now into H's Select while we're getting my good old partner back into the game as well. So Oasis Gaming on the defending side, Team Secret on the attack. A little bit of a soliloquy for me, as it's a bit of a solo mission, but of course, we still got more and more of this matchup to come. And first things first, it's Oasis Gaming? Are you for real? Okay, even I'm a little speechless right now, because this is quite a configuration for Oasis Gaming. They have been trying to run that Fate competition, hasn't really worked out. They say,
No way.
Screw it!
No way, no way,
was the
no
one who popped
way.
up a little bit more than Wild Oreo. Now he's on the jet to
Wait,
Wild Oreo,
what?
flexing over to that Sova. And that's no problem for Oasis Gaming. Both Envy and Wild Oreo, very stellar on the flex. They can play anything and everything the team needs them to do at a high level. Coco and Ripper though, back on those signature rolls. We go back to the Astra Killjoy setup for Oasis.
I'm
so
waiting
really, there's
for
a
them
lot
to
of comfort
lock.
right now for Oasis. They
Look
want to
it,
put
look
their best
it.
foot forward against Team Secret. But on the flip side, Team Secret, interesting enough, they're going to be getting that KO yet again. Dubstep on it. And when Dubstep is not the one playing that duelist role, it will be Wits on the jet instead. We've seen how sharp he can be in playing the entry. Really for Team Secrets, it's just the best and most poetic way to win out the series on the map that they have deemed as their home. Looking forward to whatever lineups we're gonna get. What kind of matchup will we see here, and what, of course, the pace of Oasis Gaming will we see right now? Will they go high octane yet again, knowing the fact that they have that Jet Reyna? When Marky's online, Oasis Gaming is at its full force. And that was just a stellar example there against RRQ, and it really was interesting because against SBE, those Oasis Gaming had 2 series yesterday. And against SBE, Marky had those struggles. It was like the Ripper and Coco stepping on up. But against RRQ, he had just top frag after top frag after top frag. Now that he's confident yet again, now he's awake. Let's see if he can keep that rampage on up. But we're going to be getting into the game. 4th map of this best of 5. Y'all are tuning on in to the VC TPH scene. And a little bit lonely, sure. But in all honesty, I come from a solo cast experience. And, well, we'll get right now into the action. Team Secrets, Spike, can be over towards Jesse Vash if ever. A little bit of the passive play right now. Oasis Gaming. It's a heavy step, though, towards A. Just because Oasis, they know that they can rotate towards B if ever. Also, the fact Coco stalling if they do feel that presence. And you can see it here. Immediately, safety is the key for Oasis. Jesse Vash leading the charge alongside Wits. Team Secret now gonna be able to get on site. 5v5 retake, but watch the flank. And Team Secret already on it like a bullet. Borkum getting ready with the Star Soul Dispenser into the corner. Borkum wanting to go for the shot. Envy right now with the takedown though. And Oasis Gaming looking to make the flank happen. And so far, beside the dash on in just to die. Dispenser though! The frenzy up close and personal. Best gun here for the pistol round. Marky though has to use the dismiss rather than the bar because of the peak. And he can't get the health back. But Jesse Bash, all he needs is a free gun. Goes for the upgrade with the ghost. Marky now all alone. 1v3, but Dispenser has found his target. And Dispenser throwing away Oasis. One by one. Three's a crowd. And Team Secret able to disperse Oasis Gaming there. Oasis Gaming, hello? Hello? Do I have friends now?
I love Oasis Gaming and Team Secret.
Oh.
I've returned.
Man, you made me remember back in my grade school days.
Why?
Because I was all alone. Actually, no.
Eating lunch?
Eating lunch?
Wait.
Actually, no.
You went to grade school?
Whoa there! Are you calling me uneducated?
No, because I haven't. Obviously.
Huh? Any graduates in the cast?
Graduates? That should be the default, kids go to school. But, yeah. Anti-Eco here, seemingly looking like Dax that not too much of a problem for Team Secret. Yes, thanks for welcoming me back. I apologize for the French exit, but I'm back now, Filipino style, quite late.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. You know, you give a time. So for then, guys, so let's have lunch at 12 p.m. People will leave the house at 12:30. That is classic Filipino time. And then what's weird, because I have a friend group right now recently who gives me a time here, Black and Blue. They say it's like, we'll go out at 9, and they show up at 8. And I'm like, what is this? This is not the real Filipino style, but Marky, the style is his, and the flash is through from dubstep. Marky having to hop on the way. Somehow he's still alive. And Marky, how is he able to get away with that one? Wildori on the board, and Oasis Gaming can just be a reversal of fortunes, a twist of fate, courtesy of Marky. This card has been decided into the hands of Oasis Gaming. Flip face back up. Marky rushing on in, but low HP. Borkum time there to hold things together. An ROG clutch in the end, but that was a lot more costly for Team Secret than expected.
Yeah, dangerous round for them to be losing. Not one they want to give up here on this attacking side of theirs, but hey, Oasis. Now they got the guns. Now they got the proper sticks to poke and prod at Team Secret's attack. But Team Secret, they force up the rifles because of that. Not able to utilize a proper bonus, but hey, if they win this round, doesn't really matter in the long run. It's Oasis. A much more crucial round to win in this case. As now, looking for that grass control here, and touching it, Team Secret wants to do. And, okay, Flash completely blinds the Owl drone, but that actually isn't going to gain you much aside from just that initial grass control. Not like before. We can go really deep. With Wits has made lots of contact, fakes out the utility, burns his dash just to make sure he gets out safely, but I don't think that's a bad intent or bad idea from Team Secret, really.
Yeah, Oasis Gaming able to at least hold off the opposition. This time, they can be more careful, and well played there. Flushed out by the dart. Envy able to get that kill. And Team Secret, they know the last few round has been costly. This time, they're trying to make the execute work. Not really the truest bonus. Only Borkum able to hold quite a purse coming into the round. Team Secret now creeping on closer and closer towards that B side, but Oasis, they're prepared to hold on to the links, prevent Team Secret from having even a chance to rotate, because we've seen it from Team Secret, we've seen it from some squads like Oasis and Alpha, use that B to establish a foothold to get somewhere else, but Dispenser right now, to be or not to be, but to be alive, that is his statement. 4v4 scenario, the slower pace yet again, And really, Team
30
Secrets
seconds left.
trying to goad Oasis to go behind them. So, Spencer right now with the plant Borkum getting ready, but Ripper from the garage. That's one angle Team Secret didn't expect to come from. And now Ripper is looking to lead the charge. Envy mowing down the opposition. Everyone in the corner. And just pile them up. This is just a morgue here for Team Secret. Hello? Hello? The Spencer's still alive! Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Very nicely done by Oasis. Looking dicey for a second. And Dispenser, you know when he's the last one left alive, there's always a chance. One that isn't so idly given to any player, but for someone of his caliber, been around for so long and done what he's done, especially with what he's proven, it's always going to be a factor. But Oasis, good round for them to win. As I said, crucial round for them to win really at the start of things. Momentum, something you do not want to give up early here. Being trapped between a rock and a hard place. Don't even check. They think, oh, that was the guy. Dispenser says, ha! Hiding in plain sight. The guy's given up. But, well, Team Secret on an eco.
He's like hiding with the bodies there, basically. You see that in movies, right? Just, okay, this guy dies. I can use him as a body shield. Now, I can do it John Wick style. But at least Oasis Gaming checking that corner. Marky, though, checking out where Witz is coming from. It seems like even though there was a single rifle in hand, now it's gone to the hands of Team Secrets. But really well played and well executed by Oasis in that last round. They forced the hand of Team Secret. They made them actually go for the plants. And especially that garage on watch there with Team Secret. They still need to be a bit more careful because Oasis Gaming, a very opportunistic roster, to say the least. Especially if they notice that there's an inch that they can move into and call it their home. It's like you let your friend sleep on your couch. Apparently, the living room is his room now. And it's 4v4. Still though, Dubstep picking up a Phantom. Maybe Team Secret can make this 8-fake work.
Oh.
Well, round here by Team Secret, especially with the timing that Borkum finds. The scalps Marky.
Grabe naman
Without
to
a
si
second
Borkum
thought.
tumiming.
Dubstep gets a kill in the Wild Oreo as well. 2v4 eco. Looking pretty tasty. Not gonna lie for Team Secret. Still, Borkum can't get overzealous here, can't get over eager. He could find the long end of a barrel in that case. But Envy walking up here towards mid. He has to have some information. Borkum fell back this way. But with the angle being held here on the gong, he's gonna ring the bell. It's gonna be Envy's he hits. Ripperoo, last one left alive. But even as his name might suggest, to hop in and out of this situation, be too difficult for a Joey like him. So, 1v4, save it, hold the door, and play for another day.
Yeah. Did you just call Ripper a kangaroo?
Yeah, I mean, his name is... Right?
Ripperoo, yeah.
Ripperoo.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
man.
Oh, you are right. Yeah, isn't that the boss?
Oh, yeah, and look at that. He's the boss of...
Muntik!
What are you doing,
Muntik pa siya! Muntik pa siya mamatay doon!
Wait, he gets away with it.
Dude, the audacity of Ripper to do that. Though. They lost. This is basically an eco round for TS, and they lost. Oasis lost it. And,
Imagine.
And that was exits, and imagine if he died.
Oh, would have been
okay.
one we couldn't even have blamed him for dying.
Look, Oasis, the fact that they're in the grand finals, Oasis still looking for ways to have fun.
Yeah.
It's just telling you really of the mentality that these guys are able to play their best Valorant when they're as comfortable as possible. And
Nantibag kahit talo
if there
sila,
are some of
diba?
these antics
Kaya...
here and there. You can see for Oasis what their plan is,
Muntik
what their
pa,
whole style.
muntik pa
Same
siya,
thing for Team Secrets. And we've had the laughs, we've had the joys, but no joy here as the suppression is real. Really Big Brother watching over you. Dubstep gonna get on the board, and Dubstep showing everyone how it's done. The next model of the Terminator. Looking to get set back to the past and slays Arcana, but now Dispenser watching out for the flank. Coco on the inside of the garage. 5v3 scenario. The Team Secret very decisive.
Ang funny talaga
With that
nun,
command
if
play.
Oy!
And Envy, he needs to make his mark happen, but these blades are looking dull instead. Cannot even cut through onions that have layers. Wits right now with the takedown onto Coco. Left everything now to Marky. But this is just looking pretty secure for Team Secrets. And truly,
nakita
an
sila ni
example
Bash.
of why many deem this map to be Team Secret's best in.
Yeah, this mixed buy here. Coming in from Oasis. Not the best cocktail to go down. A bit too
So what
bitter
is the
for
best
them
cocktail?
to swallow.
So what's your favorite?
You know who would be a great person to ask.
Who?
Everybody on Oasis.
Ah, that's true. I mean, they had a little outing yesterday with their former coach too. Shout out by the way. Unaffiliated by the way. So no invites there. But Team Secrets, no invites necessary. They bust down the door with a KO. And I think right now, let's talk a little bit seriously. For Oasis Gaming, this is where the whole composition's problems rear its ugly head again. Because this is not the suited comp for the defense. You're gonna have Ripper, you're gonna have Coco, but if Marky and Envy don't really pop off, Team Secret, many times they can stroll on in just like that. And the biggest reason why is dubstep. 1 0 point or 1 no command, and many things for the Oasis side effectively shut down. It needs to be the right times here from Oasis, the right setup with the stars too. But we've seen from Team Secret, the clear has been pretty clear-cut, to say the least.
And I couldn't really blame them for going with this composition, quite similar to what Alpha Esports do, because when they played that Fade / Breach / Chamber comp, they weren't really too proficient at it, and the only series that they did win with that comp wasn't against Bren, wasn't against RRQ, where they lost both series, but rather both maps, but it was against SBE, and we know how they have been struggling on Haven as well, so makes sense why they go for this. Dubstep, opening pick on a Ripper, smoke's gone, concealment dispelled. And Spencer just make sure that that isn't going to be a factor here in this round. But what has to be a factor is going to be Marky playing as his Reyna here towards the sewers. But he gets found immediately. Speak of the devil, and Dispenser shows himself. Coco hiding in the corner. This round is done and dusted by Team Secret.
Envy with the operator, no Blade Storm to use. The odds are stacked against him. Team Secret, they found a way to creep on closer to the back of sight, and sure, Coco able to hold into, well, that straight line there, but it didn't matter in the end because Team Secret able to inch closer and closer by the corner, as you like to say, forcing Envy now to go save that gun. So, okay, Team Secret will make it 5-1. So I have news for you. I have a story for you.
Okay.
I think you actually saw it already. So I asked the chat for someone to basically crop your picture while you were gone.
What happened while I was gone? Was my picture stuck on that one pose?
And that one pose. So that was it. So please, because I said it out in the broadcast, now you have to change your profile picture on Twitter to that. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Well, I did not have a say in this gambit.
Yeah, because you weren't here. How are you gonna have a say if you weren't here? Huh?
I mean, you already. No, it's on Twitter already.
Yeah,
our dear host Laika posted it for the world to see and remember.
Your profile picture. Okay. Okay.
You know what? I might take you up on that.
You should do it now since it's a timeout. Don't worry, I can solve. I'm used to being abandoned anyway.
You mean use social media while I'm casting a live broadcast?
Unprofessional. Please change it right now.
All the time.
Okay, so Team Secret, that was very convincing, and yet again, staying power being the problem while Black and Blue's changing his Twitter profile picture. It needs to really be either Marky and Envy getting away with something, getting away with a crime, basically, with that first frag. And that's what the Dismiss is all about. That's what the Tailwind is all about. Perhaps even some cover from Ripper to help them here. But we're not seeing that too much from Oasis. Team Secret, so secure in how they want to push. Just, I love the fact that Wits is so enabled by Dubstep and Jesse Vash. That's what the powers of Double Initiate can give, not just intel, but suppression. And yeah, I think I made my point pretty clear, though, that Team Secret is just getting an easier time on these offensive pushes compared to how they should be contended with by the two duelists on the Oasis side. That's the TLDR for you.
TLDR for me is updated. Yes.
Updated. Okay, thank you. Well, like, we can't like profile pictures. Yes. Okay, no problem.
Unfortunately. 1-5. And this Turkey is a bit going to be more difficult to dive here for Oasis' side if they can't get a few more rounds. Marky waiting on the back. Ripperoo, let's get found. It's going to be courtesy of Wits and Dubstep.
How do you long range the Stinger?
Stinger kill. Stings a bit, but hey, only a flesh wound. But Oreo, though, retrieves a rifle. Can't get the kill. No, he does. Dropping the spike. Doesn't matter. As Envy, 2 big sheriff kills with a quick draw. Shows him the law.
Oh, man. Deputized there yet again. Frontier Justice now. And it's 1v1. Oasis Gaming making this costly for Team Secrets. It goes to show that they can still pack a punch despite the firepower disparity. Only problem right now is if Team Secret still wins this, they have so much money to work with. They have been on a roll, and hopes Only get snuffed out here for Oasis Gaming. Envy waiting in the middle, but this allows Team Secret, or in this case, Dispenser, to have the space to work with, to play with his little robots here. The alarm bot and the turrets, looking to make a sign that says, keep out. This is Dispenser's room. Updraft though already to try and get the scouts.
1v1 pero
Envy
naka-sheriff, no?
can't really
Tapos
shoot from
si
that high
Dispenser
range. If he
pa.
somehow makes that sheriff work from up above, I will just scream there. But Dispenser will be able to mow him down with help from Lil Timmy. And that's 6-1. TS yet again on board.
I mean, they win the round, but the stakes there just so much more dangerous for Team Secret to lose that. It almost came to fruition off of those great 2 taps from Envy. With good entry initially, but the way they rally back, the way they fight in the scramble here with Coco finding that important pick on the Wits, allowed Wild Oreo to do this, and Envy to clean up house. Incredible shots to be hit. And we know that Envy, one of the best players you're going to see in my perennial top 10 here in PH, but we don't always see him on this duelist role that they're employing now.
Yeah.
It has been something Oasis has been experimenting with. It's a bit of a gamble though to do so here in the grand finals, but now the gamble with the Hunter Fury up close, they'll be protected by some members of Oasis, but Envy the first to fall here. Borkum with a takedown. Team Secret now not really overexerting themselves or overextending, still knowing the fact that Oasis have the numbers here towards A site. It's quite a crafty path to try and forge here. But Marky now tagged on down. Team Secret, they have the positions, and they do want to try and force the rotate as much as possible, but Coco knows exactly what game Dispenser is playing. He says, I'm a pioneer of that, and he will find the Killjoy in the middle. Might force now the hand of Team Secret to go towards his A sites. Suppresto actually catches out Marky, but from that signal, they're looking to creep on closer to the get-go. I wonder, Team Secret, will they commit on to this? A little bit of an ambitious hold here by Wild Oreo and Marky, but one single kill for the Reyna. That will keep Oasis in this fight.
Wild Oreo, that's certainly going to keep them in the bout. Borkum, quick on the trade. Marky pieing here deep on the graffiti, but his paint will not be splattered on the walls just yet. As Jesse Vash, the Crimson Fluid running through here. And the pop flash as well to try and clear that corner out. Jesse Vash, 1v1. Coco's got it in the bag. Not going to let this one be thrifted away. It's 2-6. Oasis finally answered back with a round.
It's either the Vash clutch or the Coco clutch, or in this case, Coco just able to stop Vash and his rampage. That looked to be it. Jesse Vash getting back with the momentum. We were looking for that first frag to come in from Oasis Gaming, and it didn't come from Marky, but Wild Oreo gets the job done anyway. Allows the side of Oasis to regroup, reinforce that A site. A little bit too forced out here by Team Secrets. They went for that A, knowing that they had the stations already. Maybe a chance there to rotate, but losing Dispenser, throwing their plans awry. And I think that's one interesting I kind of want to talk about here later on, because Team Secrets, they're gonna go for the null command. Here we have Cosmic Vido into play. Lockdown though for more of that space. And Oasis Gaming, will they even bother contending up close and personal? Seems like the Divide though, helping out Team Secret just a little bit on their push even. There was a bit more hesitation. But Team Secrets, they will bite the bullet, they will go on forward, a single detain, I believe, over onto the high ground. But beyond that, it will be Oasis now, using that kind of a rotation. They have to deal, though, with the Cosmic Divide, courtesy of Borkum here, Black and Blue.
But the thing is, look at the stars, look at these nano swarms set up. They do get that burned early, which is what you want to do. May able to force him to utilize that, makes the retake so much more possible, and Envy catches him off now, timing, and Wild Oreo will do the same thing as well. Double kill here for Envy on that retake. Marky being pinged up close, run down by Jesse Vash. He's gonna have to pull out the hat trick and a half once more. The plant not exactly the best for him, but he's got shock darts to try and disable this. He does have time to destroy it with the shock dart. He gets a kill, but the defuse still connects. Envy with the round barely scraping by with that defuse a split second later. And Jesse Vash would have had a real better potential to clutch it, but what a round here from Oasis. What a retake as well.
At least they're denying the Jesse Vash clutches here. And Oasis Gaming, still a retake. Seems like the Cosmic Divide's giving them a bit of a breather, but beyond that, I think this was the most important part. The fact that Coco just stuck it, and it did land, but it's not as potent as it was. You know, the damage has been nerfed, just because of that radial damage, just the fall off there from the sides, deciding that Jesse Vash is not gonna win it here for Team Secret. So, a little unfortunate for TS, a lot better for Oasis Gaming. has been costly though, to say the least, for the defenders, and that's one thing the Team Secret can rely on a pinch. They still win this round. They can put Oasis in an awkward state, and Wix with the evisceration! Laceration supplied over to Marky. Coco though finding dubstep in response, and while we get the wild ride off B side, it just is a distraction because it's the marker here for Team Secret. Problem is though, look at the setup of Coco. He's still aware that that can be an opening for Team Secrets. But really, the shutters right now being closed out by Oasis. The Nano Swarm is there. Yet again, Team Secret desperately trying to make it towards that A site. Perhaps even the default plant can be a possibility. The Oasis Gaming, they have a handle, but it's a little too eager there from Coco before the rest of the squad can come and reinforce. 3v3 scenario. Blade Storm is out and about. There we have the Dart though in response, and it just lands perfectly, I believe, onto Envy there. Gets the scans, Team Secret buying enough time to go for the plants, but they're not sticking it as of yet. They're getting ready for the retake before it even starts.
You can see Witz's initial opening entry towards that B-side cuts deep, and Ripperoo's able to find one. Jesse Vash does the same. It's all on the Ripperoo, but that is Adieu. Barkham, Asper v Asper, and the opposition here goes his way. 7-5 potentially is the worst scoreline they can expect at this point, as the advantageous half secured by Team Secret. Great entry from Wit, and the fact that not only does that gain him a pick on Marky, one of their most potent players on Oasis' side, but the fact that he was able to fake that so well and pull the defense to rotate and reinforce B allowed Secret to even get that upper hand towards that A side, even without the opening pick of Borkham towards Coco. Still goes their way. Economy here hurting for Secret, rather for Oasis. Team Secret looking to barrel down and secure an even more advantageous half.
So you're telling me that even if Team Secret can't find success in esports anymore, they can be used car salesmen because they're just so slick at making these fakes work, right?
I mean, we're in the Grand Finals, but what's more important? Grand Finals or girlfriend here at this point?
Oh, whoa!
Marky on the swing, rather. I mean, that's what they're playing for, aren't they, Dax? Based on their Twitters. Looking for that ever illustrious crown to be put on.
Yeah, you caught me off guard there. We were about to get into the start, and you finally were able to rip out the joke you've been waiting to say all throughout this map. But joke's on Oasis Gaming, unfortunately, because Jesse Bash has already gotten on the inside. And you know, one factor of that last round to watch out for was the fact that Bash stopped that dart on Envy. That forced him to run away completely. Couldn't stay onto the closer angle. Bought enough time. And here we go yet again. Time is of the essence in Team Secret. They have many investments on that resource. Dispenser with a find onto Coco. Wild Oreo though fighting back. 1v2 scenario. Aldron being a bother. And Jesse Bash is ready with the Hunter's Fury. Tap that. And he doesn't get faked. Jesse Bash knows. Again. No Hunter's Fury yet. Wild Oreo, third time's the charm. No, it's only the dart coming his way. Jesse Bash. He will not be fooled whatsoever. Wild Oreo decided to go creep on in. Daddy Vash, what you gonna do with Wild Oreo coming towards you? He's goading him though. Is this a challenge? Melee fight? Melee fight? Oh! I think they're G for it. I think they're G for it here, Black and Blue. Oh! I think they want to. Oh, the Borkham. They can swing. Never mind. They decided to play VCT.
I don't think it's going to be smart to challenge Jesse Vash into a melee fight.
Yeah, you lose that. Yeah. So it's a better option for Wild Oreo to try, but the double swing. Immediately read by Team Secret, but did you see that round? Jesse Bash was no fool. He felt that it was a fake. He felt like it was second fake. No fooling the Granddaddy Volstovas, and well, Team Secrets, they were able to relocate very well, and think that's really one of the biggest strengths they have. The rotation and the reset, giving Team Secret more of a reprieve in between the firefights in these rounds here, Black and Blue.
But a small bit of respite. Something that does favor Team Secret in the long run. They love to be able to set themselves. Where it's Oasis who like that scramble. But in this case, good fake out. Good swing from Dubstep on this KO of his. Absolutely proficient, being that main rifler role. Hunter's Fear to try and deny the plant. You can see them waiting. But here comes down the lockdown. Give them ever more so secure post plant. Not because of necessarily what it will give you in the post plant, but because it allows them to set and be sure that they can get to their positions where they want to play that post plant off. The turret holding off the flank. Timmy's got a big job to do, but everything's going to come from the forefront of this attack.
Oh, Wits though, he got scanned on the round. Dubstep right now going for the
Lakas
hold.
talaga ng aim ni Borkum.
He's just standing tall, staring at the tower and getting those names. Jesse Bash,
Grabe talaga yung
Secret now,
yung
making
aim ni
it
Borkum.
9-3. This is it. Just less than a handful, and Team Secrets will be back to the position that they left behind from last year. Oasis Gaming though, the side that matters, the side that is stellar for them. But you can really see for Team Secret, everyone popping off right now. Look at Borkum, look at Jesse Bash, look at the Spencer. 3 dozen there on the scoreboard. And these side stakes just so sublime just because they have the advanced
Paano naman si
position,
Weldor? Yung
they
tatlong
have the
beses
flat
halos ni-replay
position,
yung death
and they
niya.
have a crossfire position already all the time for that A side take.
That A side take there is, as I said, the lockdown crucial, not because necessarily that in the post plant it will allow you to, have more control, but it does allow them to set themselves and get to their positions during that post plant without having to worry about the defense going for the retake as they're trying to plant, as they're in transition to their post plant positions. So, Team Secret, every piece of utility ultimates being fully utilized there, and Jesse Vash as well. So reliable in every sense of the word in many ways to get those kills and secure the spots that they really need to. Now, Wits, his impact isn't felt on the scoreboard. People might think, you're the Jet, you should go kill everybody. But no, sometimes you're pretty much a glorified, aggressive recon dart. And that's all you have to be sometimes when the people behind you are players like Borkum, Spencer, and Dubstep, and Jesse Vash
Super
especially.
right, Doc. Ay, Doc,
For
sila
him
can
to
do.
be able to pull that aggro. Basically, if this is an MMO, he pulls the entire aggro of the room basically as a tank, and then everybody cleans up house's DPS.
Yeah, but he can't really tank it though. He just dies. He's that kind of tank where he hits
Super
and
right,
runs, basically.
super right.
Yeah,
Dapat sa
one of those,
Valorant,
one of
makita
those
natin yung
rogue
value ng
tank,
entry
basically.
kahit
And that's the
mamatay
one thing.
sila.
Sometimes
Kasi they still made
you
the
realize
space for the
that your
team.
job is not to be the one who gets all the frags. You can
Tapos
because
sila
you're
ng
the
mga
first one
tito.
in. But sometimes
We'll see,
you just
we'll
need
see.
a blood sacrifice real quick. And ancient traditions aside here, the PH Team Secrets looking to
Versus
be
Oasis.
back into their traditions of
Oasis,
winning ways.
ayun, no?
Oasis
Nasa
Gaming
screen.
though. We know the game is not over. Like, this is 3-9, sure Team Secret is winning, but this is where Oasis comes back at them. And Oasis is the ultimate comeback team. Map number 1, they usually drop, and they find the flurry of wins and rounds later on into the series. They took that freeze. We know where they got their momentum from in that second half. Job's not over till it's over. Team Secrets.
Grand
They need
finals
to remember that. It's a waste of gaming
Grand
now.
finals to Dustin.
Yet again, barreling
Nasa
down
title,
towards that
Grand
ace
finals.
spice. It's all about speed here, but quickly as they come, Wits will deny the Spencer also on the board.
Uy!
Short angle being held. And look how hasty the rotations are from Team Secret. Borkum looking to make the flank work. Envy though, ready to burst on through to the window. 3v5 and Team Secret all over the place. Borkum
5v2.
catching out Envy 2. Wild Order dropping on down. There is just nowhere to run.
3-11 na
hide,
to,
or stay.
3-11 na to, hindi
Team
nakaplan.
Secret has established
Walang pang
absolute
force.
and eminent domain, and they win the pistol here.
Flawless pistol. The dauntless task placed upon Oasis at this point. A comeback for the ages. Be able to do that would be incredible against his Team Secret squad on a map like Haven and bring us in a split. But I think that's down in the gutter right now, Dax. It's going to be a hell of a
Dito
ride
ba?
for them. If they want to do that, if they can do
Feeling
that
ko pag
even.
wala na
Now's the
laban,
time to
wala
do it.
na.
I mean,
Out na
bonus
sila, grand finals
can
na
be
to,
forced
Marvin.
up
Ito
here
yung
by
pinaka-last
Oasis.
na
Since
sa
they didn't get
BCP.
any
As
kills,
in, silang
they
dalawa
won't
na lang
have enough
natitira.
economy
Last
to
man
really
standing na to.
justify a forced buy. So Wits, very aggressive to start things off. Lightly supported by Jesse Vash with a Phantom in hand. Envy dashes on in, but because of that dash, he can't escape with much safety. Spencer melts him down with a nano swarm, and all around him, Ripperoo does get that kill. Borkum on the flank, does get one. They almost line up for a second. He does spray through and lands true. It's Coco, the last one left
They do
alive,
get
classic
two.
in
They do
hand.
get two.
A very
They know that
old-timey
play.
death. Yeah.
That's the problem. Team Secret knows that play. Oasis, they love to go for the rotation. And Team Secret, they love to do the same. B is just a suggestion. A and C are where it's at. And you said it yourself. They line on up as they crawl towards Link.
3-11.
Team Secret now effectively 2 away as soon as they secure this kill onto Coco. But hey, is this really the stage where we get that natural pecking order back? Is this where the world is healing for Team Secret? Seems like that's the case they want to make right now. It's still not a foregone conclusion, but the odds are stacking even more so in Team Secret's side right now, and there's just no escape. There's no escape. Wits were behind them. Team Secret now. 2 more. And
It's
they get this
Borkum
win.
time.
This
Grabe si
is it
Borkum,
though
oh.
for Oasis Gaming.
Ang
Do
lakas-
or
lakas
die.
tumutok.
Only chance to really deny has to be with these rifles.
For Team Secret, both of the championships are looking for girlfriend and grand finals within 2 rounds right now for them to potentially win.
Wait a minute. So, Wits has a girlfriend.
Yes.
Jesse Vash has a wife.
Yes.
Borkum has a girlfriend.
Yes.
I think Spencer has a family too. I'm not too sure about that. He's the most low-key.
Uh-huh.
Jeremy's a baby boy, so he's like adopted, right?
Well, based on Wits' Twitter.
Jeremy
No,
has
that's a
GF.
bait. I'm telling you guys right now. That's
I
a
know.
great bait in the
I
half
know.
right there.
I know. But we're gonna
My
play it.
bebe.
Okay, sure.
Why are you
I hope
lonely?
Wits will be answered soon. I hope Wits will have that kind of success. But Oasis Gaming, they're the only ones who can play spoiler. But look at Wits. Okay. He wants to be answered here. He wants to feel the love tonight. And Wits right now backing on the way after that entry kill. Here comes the Aldrone, Jesse Bash. No fear whatsoever. Wits again on the board. And he's gonna fall. Wits is not done. This is a man on a mission. And he's looking for love tonight. 12-3. Match point for Team Secret.
The question, will you? The answer, yes, yes, yes. And there's no second guess about that.
Bakit
Team
ano meron sa
Secret,
Twitter ni?
3-12, dominating final map here potentially of this series of the entire Philippine circuit for VCT. And its grand finals looking to go down in a dominating fashion. We say it time and again, Dax, the most realistic scoreline for any of these maps, any of these rather series that we see in the finals is a 3-1. This is a round away from being done.
What the? Grabe yung haven nila.
The perfect time to bring out the operator and pop off with it. Stay away from the rifle range, get those pickoffs with 1 shot, 1 kills. And really, the read has been perfect from Team Secrets. They know the textbook of Oasis. They know the textbook of Haven. Because if you look at the credits, the bibliography, it's all sources from Team Secret and their players. They are the ones who have pioneered the PH scene, and they're looking to go get back that crown. Waldorio, though, off to a good start. Spectre's Bulldogs in hand. And really, the only chance for Oasis right now is this systematic approach. 1 by 1, get those skills, and give them a chance
bakit
to still keep on alive in the
Di ba sila
finals.
na? Kasi nagbe-baby na
Chances,
si
opportunities here.
Nagbe-baby na ba
Slowly
si...
slip away, but
Oo, nagbe-baby na si...
they get a small
Inkay Wits.
lifeline.
Hindi pa sila?
The peak, oh, timing works out for Wits.
Lagi na rin sila
Almost being found. Dangerous situation to be in. Dispenser is waiting.
Kaya na
anchored
may
within the
Spectre
site.
ni Borkum.
Dodging
Okay!
and weaving through the smoke, but he's getting tagged up
Totoo.
in this fight. Flesh wounds only, yes, but they can mortally wound him if they come and pile on too much. Perfect timing for Dispenser. He finds 2, but only 2. Wild Orion, Ripperoo. Don't let that get too out of hand just yet. 3 versus 2. The Spectre comes in true for Borkum. It's all left on the dubstep. He's going to have to play the tunes to his own music here. He does find 1. Oh, gets a transfer. I thought that was going to be a second, but Wild Oreo, the bark, even
Yan, wala na yung
more
Spectre
deadly,
ni Borkum.
but so is his bite. Bulldog in hand,
Si
4-12.
Dubstep!
Oasis live
Yung
to
kay
fight.
Dubstep, pag nanalo
another
daw
round.
siya ng
I blinked real
BCTP,
quick. He didn't get
sasagutin
the
niya na
first
daw.
kill, right? And still transfer the second?
He didn't get the first kill, yes.
Yeah, and that could have been it, honestly. Dubstep, he knows that confession time is just 1 round away, but this was just a horror show from Dispenser. Man, I know the new Doctor Strange movie is kind of spooky, but, well, that's really the multiverse of Dispenser that can really freak you out. Luckily for Oasis, they have the Iron Will, and they are ready to fight for even more of these rounds. Jesse Bash now gonna get scanned. And do we get the classic execute from Oasis yet again? A little bit of the safety play. Aldro instead to scare off Wits, but this allows Team Secret now to reinforce. Can they use the drone for cover? Mark getting into the corner here though, but look at Team Secret's
Patay to si
map
Dubstep.
control yet again. Really, the Expeditions, Marky playing it perfectly. The audacity of his mad lad! Oasis staring death right in the face. And laughing at it despite the scoreline. 4-12 still should be Oasis now having the advantage for the round. Can Wits make a miracle happen though with a Blade Storm? Because even if Oasis has control of all the sites here, let's see where they plant in.
The gall for Marky to do that. But I mean, strategically, that gives him more real-time information, wastes more time for Wits on the rotate, potentially. But No, there
Sure.
was nothing about that tactical.
No,
That was completely just, look at me, let me wave what I've got in front of you, and yeah, just,
I know.
that was it. So, save you up.
Yep.
And that's, okay, not successful. Marky, he gets
Marky.
wits at the end too.
Oh, you're approaching me. And, well, they just looked at each other there. Eventually, though, eyes did lock. And Marky locked on to get that takedown. So Oasis Gaming, this is the form that we expect for them on the
6-12.
attacking side.
6-12 pa to.
But we have
Iko
always
eh.
posited this question. We know Oasis will be able to perform like this. But why put themselves in a tough spot in the first place? It's still match point for Team Secret. One blunder will affect Oasis and their fates. And I think that's the biggest problem right now, since Oasis, they have the gall to do those kinds of plays. They love to go for the ultra aggression and take that extra bit of risk. Problem is, they falter once, they make a mistake. That will be their graves dug for them.
For whom the bell tolls, no real wonder. But Team Secret, they have an eco to utilize here. Wits with his blades. We've seen them go thrifty, but depending how Oasis plays this, and if they don't isolate themselves, it's going to be difficult to pull off in the first place. Borkum loves this spot. He's the option to pull or pop a smoke if ever it does come. And Marky could walk into his own demise here. Wit has the high ground timing, working out for Wits. He gets damaged, but still, value to be found and sought here, gained. Jesse Vasho, the Bucky up close. Coco finds the perfect timing into Borkum. Could have waited for longer, but here in the backside, Wits, barely able to dodge. That doesn't connect with the right click. He's going to get found. C-site taken by Oasis, but Jesse Vash.
Saan nakapunta si Vash?
Hey, sir, your bag's open.
Oh, bag's open, and now up close to personal. Ripper, though, into the backline, just cosplaying alongside Team Secret. And getting the dude to his side while the shot connects.
Para sabi niya, kakampi niya ako, kampi niya ako.
Getting away with it yet again. And this is exactly what we're talking about. All in Oasis. Believe in the heart of Oasis Gaming. But you can see how it works. But then you can also see how it could just blow up.
Yan na si
in their face
Ripper.
immensely.
Kampi
But it
tayo.
worked for Ripper.
Kampi tayo.
It's a timeline that they stay alive in. And for Oasis Gaming, they're not done in the half.
Slowly crawling back, Dax. They cut the lead down to half, 6-12. Still, a tall mountain to climb. But with the boots and spikes
Grabe,
set
3-12
on
to.
here for Oasis. You can tell their backs are ready. Great opening pick for Envy. Shutting down Whips. Reconnaissance gained here by Team Secret. Is a heavy push by Oasis, but they stall, dissipate, and make sure that they don't fall into the own traps that Team Secret wants them to. Spreading themselves out, but not too thin. Almost finding that perfect mix of really just isolation and being able to reinforce and get those trades if it does need to come. Borkum, great jump peek actually. That gives him information. He can play for retake at this point, but knowing that he
Lumabas
doesn't
yung
have the man
barrel.
pick, that's a great play by Borkum.
Katakot talaga.
Listen of the skin. Now Marky gonna get on the board. Dismissed though! Let's track him. Try to get him down to Presto on position. And Ripper right now with the takedown off the dispenser. Two left for the side of Team Secret, but Jesse Bash coming on in. And let's see if he can do it again. Knock them on the board too! And here comes Jesse Bash with the overrun! Team Secret!
GG!
Secrets will be done. And as the pioneers of the PH
pop-off.
scene, we will usher in another era of supremacy.
Ang astig ah!
The
Ang astig ah!
and the victory.
Ang astig
Team
na!
Secret win out the series 3-1. A
King of the world,
on
King
the
of the
Kingdom
world
of
si
Haven.
Jesse Bash doon.
And truly,
King of the world.
paradise of the PH scene is Team Secret's playground.
Back at the top.
Ang ganda
Number
nun!
one, once
Ang ganda
more.
namang highlight
Something
nun.
that has eluded him last stage. But they're finally
Angas,
back on the
angas,
throne
angas.
where it all began. The world is
yun na
healing.
yun
Team
na
Secret
nga.
are your
Like,
VCT
ang galing ng
Philippines
tatay ko.
champions once again. They let it slip once, but only that once. It's about darn time. The Team Secret are back here. And for certain players, it means good things. But still, for a team like Oasis, for them to get this far, get into the grand finals, it's also about darn time. They've proven that they can do that. And we're so glad to see that the Philippine
Okay,
hands,
magko-confess
or,
na po si
Philippine
Dubstep.
title, the Philippine name of Valorant, the brand of Philippine VCT, is in great hands moving in APAC.
Yeah, the hierarchy is reset and Team Secret back on top. Many crowning them already at the group stage, but now no one can deny that they are back at the head of this table. Team Secret, though. What a run, really, we've seen from them all throughout from start to finish. The group stage redemption, the playoffs, revenge arc, and really slaying the names that they needed to the most. They took down SBE, removing those doubts. They took down RRQ, the newest ones on the block.
Wala na, tapos
PH
na.
scene and its APAC representation. And finally, here at the very end, they shut down the lower bracket lords and the ones who really started their downfall in the first place back in stage 1. The cause has been controlled. And at least the antidote has been found by Team Secret slaying Oasis at the very last. No grand finals in the PH scene has not been 3-1, and this is no exception. Team Secret getting the job done on Haven. Jesse Bash, though, he started all with Team Secret. He ended it all for Team Secrets. 18 takedowns, a series to remember, and truly another chapter. One day, Jesse Bash is going to write a memoir. And it's just gonna be, instead of chapters and titles, it will just be different names of games, man. You're gonna have that
MVP,
long
of
Valorant chapter to watch
The
out for.
Sovas, the
Some
Sovas.
good reading once we get a little bit older and grayer. But the legacy of Jesse Bash, man, it will say it all. The rest of Team Secret, same case. But my heart always goes back. It goes out to Oasis Gaming. They played their comfort, they played their hearts out, and they had a lot of fun along the way. Winning that freeze, showing that they can stand with the best of them, proving that Team Secret are still mortal at the end of the day. But highlights-wise, it really was Team Secret with control many, many times. And you can see it here, especially on the attack. All the angles that they needed to get, everyone was on their markers, rehearsed perfectly, choreographed as an auditorium here, like for Team Secrets.
You know, for Team Secret, for them to get back to the top, it's a good sign here. Once again, for the Philippine squad, and the Philippine just brand of Valorant. They've proven that they are the best. Once again, securing that plays from everybody here, but especially Jesse Vash. Just completely turning things into a match when he just so chooses. Always making the right decision. Borkum has incredible frags from him. Not the quantity, but the quality always we see. Same with Dispenser. And when it comes to the aggression, when it comes to players who have to make a big difference in a round, Jeremy, Whips, and Dubstep step up, playing the tune to their name. That is the real reason of why their game is so impervious, why they're so impeccable. They came out here with a statement at the start of this. Look at Dubs, look at the Spencer waving his finger in front of the cam. They knew they wanted to get back on here.
Let's
and for the final
close
time,
the chapter.
it's the final map here.
Umalis na siya. Sige yan, magre-rest na. Let's close
It's
it.
bittersweet that we're done with the local stage this year. But then, we just go back to how it all stood in the first place. Team Secret on
Back to
top.
Team Secret.
The rest
GG's,
of the
guys.
squad
GG's.
right behind them. Impressive effort
super
from
nice
Oasis
to-
Gaming. Many maps were as close as can be in the rally there. Later into Haven, being the one to watch out for. But I can't believe it's over. Can't believe it's done. You gotta believe that Team Secret.
Dubstep confession time.
Looking to raise that flag in APAC and looking to
Ito
be
ba
ahead
yung
of
si
that
ano?
curve
Oo
there.
nga.
That is, I believe, gonna be it for us though on the casting side. And of course, shout outs to absolutely everyone who has been tuning on
Hindi
in
si
to
Dubstep.
Astro and Rap, who have been listening to this broadcast, to the likes of Taylor and Bill, who are there right now, Filipina side,
GG,
of course, Ray Ray
guys.
and Honey Glaze. And we will be leaving you guys with the panel.
Ang
to
tweet
talk.
kasi, yung tweet kasi ni Dubstep, pag nanalo daw sila sa VCTPH, he's gonna sabi niya, I'm gonna tell her. Yeah! It means magka-confess siya. I waited all best of 5 for your confession. Confess. It is time. Anyway, GG na guys. Thank you so much for watching with me this whole best of 5 grand finals. It was a really amazing best of 5. And yan, we're gonna be back to our daily rank games. Pero right before that, magbe-bebe time muna kami ha. Magde-date muna kami. It means mawawala ako for a bit. Yeah, mawawala ako muna sa stream and then I'm gonna be back. And I hope I see you guys when I get back. Yan, muna kami. You know. Tagal naman lang bebe time, hindi na nga kami halos nag-usap eh. Tulog siya ng umaga. Yeah, he sleeps ng He sleeps ng 6 a.m. Oo, he sleeps 6 a.m. Tulog na ako nun. Basta pag tulog ako, gising siya. Pag gising siya, tulog ako. So basically, hindi kami magtagpo talaga ng sked. Tapos busy siya mamaya. Tapos busy ako bukas. So, wala. Kung ano nagagawin mo. I think he's gonna tell you guys. I think he's gonna tell you. Ayan lang, GG guys. Thank you so much for staying on my stream. See you again next time. Bye-bye.